Welcome back to the Box2Box podcast.
This is episode 41, and today we will be reviewing the Premier League games of the weekend. Is the title race over?
We're also going to be looking at Serie A this week. Napoli, Inter getting huge results. Juve, Milan, what a game.
And we can't miss out on CL preview. Big matches this week.
All that and more on the Box2Box podcast.
Let's go.
You ain't going home,
Your
bro.
Honor, I'm sorry. Your Honor, I'm sorry.
Ours are on the pitch. Mbangula starts our next. Mbangula,
She's Egyptian. Game tomorrow, would you rather Saliba or Mbappe?
Right, Saliba right now.
No, you wouldn't.
Saliba right now.
You're sacrificing
That face when you lie. That's
Saliba right now.
Episode 41. You probably just heard that new intro.
Yeah, we added some new clips
Yes.
to the. Like, we kept the Your Honor, I'm sorry. We couldn't keep that one
Nah,
out.
that's a banger.
I want to start a petition to still add DiMarco best left foot in the world.
Bro, DiMarco best left foot in the world is really not that much.
It didn't get mentioned on the worst takes of 2020.
We
Yeah.
did mention it. I
And
couldn't
it
find
didn't
the
get-
clip.
It's avoiding smoke.
And it
Couldn't find the
didn't
clip.
get put in the Millie, how are you bearing this information?
Listen, everyone knows I got a little too carried away on that conversation, but
Where
you still
was this
believe it?
I still don't know where this conversation went.
I don't know where it went either because I was looking for it too.
Can
Listen,
somebody please
yeah, the
tell us?
viewers will
Does
find-
anyone
Yeah.
remember where Millie said DiMarco has the best left foot in the world?
Really not that crazy.
It's got to be
Bro.
the podcast.
Not that crazy.
Saliba, you're taking Saliba over Mbappe? That's crazy.
Conversations.
It's Neymar.
Chest out.
Neymar first for Brazil, by the
Not
way.
that crazy.
Yeah,
It's not that crazy,
dude,
bro.
it was in
He's
our
signing
crazy
for
takes.
Santos, actually.
Literally. But, gentlemen, with the new intro, I mean,
Comes
same
with
old-
what?
same
Comes
old
with new
week.
what?
Yeah, comes with new.
I thought you were
new
about to say something.
conversations. New conversations this week, but
This guy's going around
The
like.
missus is pregnant.
But it was kind of an eventful week in our world. I mean, if you guys didn't know, you think some people on the podcast don't know that we have a big platform on TikTok? Like we
Hope so.
We post a lot on
That's where
TikTok.
we started.
I don't know. Yeah, that is where we started. But
Where it all began.
we like it's kind of crazy because this week TikTok almost not for us because if you didn't know, we're not from the US, we're from Canada, so it wasn't an issue for us. But TikTok almost got banned in the US this week, or it did theoretically get banned for like 10 hours. Or
But this is a boy who cried wolf situation because it's happened before, and like my I think my mom, she's like, Luca, did you see that TikTok was getting banned? She doesn't speak like that. But she was telling me, she was like, you see, Luca, like TikTok was getting banned because I guess she was worried because she knows we make TikToks, and I'm like, no, I really am not worried. Like if it gets banned, it's gonna get banned for a few days, whatever, and then it'll get fixed. There's no reality where TikTok will be banned in the US, and
it's too strong of a platform.
and people will work around it.
Is it the most influential social media platform out right now?
it
I
has
would have to say so.
Probably.
if you're looking at every other platform that basically mimics or copies
Yep.
whatever TikTok has done,
Bro, they
Safe to say
started.
it's
They
influential.
started. I mean, Vine originally started that type of
Yeah.
short form, but TikTok really solidified the new wave of
it-
consuming media.
If you're a creator right now and you have to choose one platform or an influencer, you have to choose one platform to start off on, I think it's without a doubt TikTok.
Now it's different because you could do the same things on Instagram. You could. Do
I
the same
don't think
thing-
so, bro.
Even Twitter's pushing a lot of videos nowadays.
I don't think so. I think if you have 0 followers and you're really trying to start off and basically just get eyeballs on you, I think the TikTok algorithm is your best chance of going viral.
I agree. I don't think we would have gotten to the point that we were
If we started on Instagram and YouTube Shorts, I really don't think
Yeah,
so.
but
But depends
Instagram
for
wasn't
what?
that good
Fitness,
back then.
fitness influencers, I'd say go to Instagram.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe an older demographic. It's much
Yeah.
easier to contact someone on Instagram,
True.
like for personal
Yeah.
fitness and whatever.
I only use Instagram Reels. I don't know about
Really?
you guys. I never use
Me too.
TikTok. I
I
maybe
never
like less
use
than
it.
5 minutes.
I only use TikTok, but I started using a bit YouTube Shorts. But you can
Damn.
Yeah, I use Shorts too.
instantly
Yeah.
tell, like, if you showed me one video on TikTok and one video on YouTube Shorts, I'd be able to tell them apart.
Of course,
Yes.
yeah.
It's just
Same
for
thing
some
with TikTok
reason.
Reels and Shorts. You could tell everything.
For some reason, and we have built our platforms on, but like our YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels never do as good as our
That's true.
except a couple Barcelona ones really blew up on Instagram.
Yeah.
But our TikToks always outperform
Yeah.
our Instagram Reels and
we see with
YouTube
other
Shorts.
creators, vice versa. Their shorts do well, but their
Yeah.
TikToks don't do well.
I think it's just the demographics on each platform. Like YouTube Shorts might be a bit. YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels might be a bit older than TikTok, I think. Or there might be just
No,
a
I think there'll overlap.
I also
general-
think like our content translates well with like longer form. Like
Yeah.
we're not really like that, like 20 seconds or 30 seconds that pops off on shorts, for example. But on TikTok, you could post 2 minutes or 3 minutes, and we still get the amount of views that we get. So it's
How many
different.
TikToks do you think we posted?
Over
Shit ton.
400,
Over 1,000.
I think way more. Yeah.
1,000.
Yeah,
Brother,
bro.
365.
Bro, 100%.
If we posted
Look, if you
every
guys
day
didn't know,
for a
we
year-
posted every single day for I think over a year. So that's at least 365.
So I would
Factor in the Euros, we were double posting.
yes.
There's been a couple moments we were
I would
double
say
posting.
600.
Yeah, I think maybe 600,000 is like a stretch. That's if we were going
Little bit,
every
yeah.
day.
Because I think now our current schedule is 3 or 4 times a week.
Yeah.
More,
But if you're
technically.
including our
Four-
podcast clips
4 to
now,
5.
then
Podcast
it's-
clips, live
it's-
stream clips
We're
now.
actually still doing daily uploads almost
Yeah.
at this point.
We're at
so-
5 a week.
So actually, like 1,000 doesn't sound too crazy, but we're creeping up at 1,000. But
I'm sure there's a way of telling. I don't think I can't tell.
yeah, and it's crazy because the short form content, like I because we're creators, I low key I'm on like creator YouTube, so I kind of watch like a bit of like how these creators, let's say they buy a page and then they turn it viral out of nowhere, and a lot of people build up TikTok page and they make a shit ton of money, and because we're in Canada, we get screwed. There's no creator fund in Canada. We haven't made a dime directly from TikTok.
Zero bone.
$0 for
Zilch.
over 600 posts.
We do it for the love of the game.
For the love of the game,
love of the
literally.
game,
At the
really.
beginning, it was the love of the game. That's why I always have this affection for TikTok. And if this ban, I think Trump gave them an extra extension of like
90 days.
90 days. So if after the 90 days it still gets banned, I will always have a soft spot for TikTok in my heart.
Bro, we're making, if you add up all the watch hours, I know we've looked at this before, and it's like staggering numbers. Like if you would take all the watch hours people have watched Box2Box on TikTok for,
Zoovies.
you can probably find.
I'm just
stat.
gonna look up the footy tic-tac-toe video.
Yeah, like just that video alone. We have our most viewed TikTok ever is probably over 10 mil. 10
at-
million.
Oh, it's
11
almost at
mil.
11 million
11
views.
Yeah.
mil now.
Yeah. Now, if you look up how many watch hours that video has, it would take one person like an entire lifetime.
To watch it.
If he was just
consistently.
126,831 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, that's.
I don't even know
How many
much
days is that? Let's see. 126,000 days.
divided by.
I'm on currency.
Divided by 24. Oh, he always. divided by guap.
5,250.
Divided by
Yeah.
365.
It's 14
14
years.
So our TikTok was
Well, that's
basically
one
played
TikTok.
for
One
14
TikTok.
years straight. One TikTok.
Yeah.
One
So
TikTok.
TikTok CEOs,
Yeah.
they smelling that money that we.
How many like
We didn't
this
see a
is-
dime.
and
Crazy work.
yeah, and how many I think we have, if I had to take an estimate, let's say our like to view ratio is 10 to 1.
Yeah.
I think we have 500 million views
Yeah.
on TikTok.
That's usually the rule of thumb that I was using with our likes was that it's like a 1 to 10,
Yeah.
and in some videos it was
Pretty
higher,
accurate,
right? So
yeah.
I'm pretty sure on our YouTube channel, we just surpassed 30 million views, like on all of our videos combined.
that's nuts.
Which I really do hope in 2025 we'll look back at the number and say, "Wow, that was like we
Good
thought that
stuff.
was big at the time."
Yeah.
The same way with TikTok. I think the last thing on that, like the first day on TikTok or the first week, I remember we were all together filming at our old studio.
Yeah.
Remember the one across the parking lot?
Yeah.
And we had posted a video that was getting like 200 views every second.
Yeah.
And we were freaking out. I was like, holy shit, it's at 1,000. 1,002.
Good times.
1,005.
The rush was crazy.
And
back
we
then.
were freaking out. Like I remember going to a movie theater. I go in and it's at like 10,000. I come out, it's at 30,000 views. And I'm
Just
like,
refreshing.
30,000 views?
I remember the Real Madrid, the one like the players at Real Madrid to shine, like the first ones
Realistic transfer
that we
window.
did, realistic transfer window, and then that one, like we were sending screenshots of where it was, and it's like it hit 60K. We're like, oh
I
my God,
remember I
60K.
was working and I used to work in the car industry, so I would pick up cars and drive cars. I remember I was parked and I was scrolling, refreshing every 2 seconds. Oh my God, it went up 100 views. It went up 100 views. And my coworker was probably like pissed off, like, bro, stop. Like, I went up 100 views. Every 2 seconds, I was like, oh my God, bro, look, it went up
Yeah, it's going
500
up,
views.
It's going up. It's going up. Yeah. No, I think we had a lot of fond memories on TikTok. That's
Yeah,
where like
yeah.
a lot of our brainstorming, the way we think about content, like pretty much
Stems from that.
was nurtured on
That was
TikTok.
the genesis
so.
of our...
Was Genesis, yeah. So, yeah. Well, I don't think we have to worry about U.S. TikTok ban for a while now because
And if we do, I mean, I sent the guys in the analytics yesterday. I think we have under 6% of our viewers are from the USA,
on TikTok,
which you would think is larger because I think our podcast listeners are much higher percent are from the USA.
I think it's over 40%.
Yeah.
On the podcast channel.
Yeah.
It's crazy support.
And I'm sure
by the US.
Spotify and Apple Music, there must be
Heavily
Apple
skewed-
Podcasts.
heavily
It's probably a lot of American listeners.
Yeah, a lot
as
of
well.
Americans.
Yeah,
North Americans for sure.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, no, it's been a wild ride. All those TikTokers doing like throwback videos and stuff, trying
Yeah.
to get their last couple bucks before
Yeah.
it got banned overnight. But listen, I think
Too much money involved.
Yeah, too much money. But we'll get into. Listen, it was a decent week in football.
I was talking about other sports. We had
Oh,
UFC.
yes, it's true.
I know we have a lot of fans. We have probably not a lot of football, like American football fans. Less so, more UFC, I'd say. If anyone, because you're international.
I mean, this UFC
some
card
Finns
was
fans.
the UFC card was. It was a UFC card.
Brother, you're acting like the Merab fight, the co-main.
That was one of the best fights ever.
I know the co-main could have been any other card's main fight, and I still would have been entertained.
It's just at like the main fight was disappointing because Armin pulled out last
minute,
second,
right? For
and then
an injury.
the guy got smoked and like he got submitted
round
in 2
one
seconds.
submission, with
Moicano.
super boost hit.
Yeah. So, but
Crazy work.
the co-main card was a very good fight, so they treated us to that, and it was Khabib's cousin, I think, who was undefeated
Umar
Yeah,
Nurmagomedov
Nurmagomedov.
versus
and lost against Merab. So
Did you see that
Merab
stat?
Dashvili.
Dvashvili.
Yeah,
That's
that's really Georgian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see that stat of Khabib's father? Because he was like the main trainer. of all those
92
guys.
and 1, but now it's
92 and
93 and 2. But yeah,
How insane it! When I saw
What's
that
the
stat, I'm like,
stat?
that's crazy. 90, like out of his whole
He
group
coached.
that he trained, that he coached, when he
they
was
were
alive,
92 and 1.
92 wins, 2 losses, 1 losses. Yeah.
You know what? How influential his father was, and that's the reason why Khabib retired. It was part
Yeah?
of the reason
Yeah.
why he retired. That's why in his last fight he was crying after the
Yeah.
fight,
you know.
and that his father had passed away because
You see, he got caught on what was it? He was on Alaskan Airlines and he got kicked off of a flight.
it was Frontier Airlines.
Brother, why are you on
Frontier.
Alaska?
Yeah.
Khabib?
He was
Frontier
on his way
Airlines.
to Alaska, I think.
Yeah,
no?
and then he was on the seat that like you have to. They tell you how to do the emergency door, so he's like, yeah, I could do it. And he was speaking in broken English, but he understands English. And the stewardess was like, no, actually, like we're gonna need you to move from the seat because you look like you can't speak English. And he's like, no, but I could do it. Like I could do
Brother,
it.
brother.
And he's the most physically capable
Yeah.
on that plane. Like that's a brother you want at that door. And it was just it was a whole mishap. It was so stupid.
But it's because he was going to Alaska because Alaska to Russia, it's very
Easier.
easy.
Oh,
flight.
closer.
I always forget that, bro.
And
It's
they're
literally
on the,
just
they're on the like the
it's the
Hop, skip,
Bering
and jump.
Strait. It's what we all learn about in school. The Bering
Yeah.
Strait between Alaska and Russia.
When he used to freeze over and he used to walk across.
the world map really makes you
You're acting like it was
when-
3,000 years ago.
Back in the day.
the world map
that same trail.
the
You didn't
world
do that trail.
No, I don't walk it.
the world map really makes you think that the US and Russia are not connected, but they are.
They are
Right there.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that was a very entertaining weekend. NFL always
NFL right
entertains
now.
us
Right now,
also.
we're missing a.
We're missing it. I would keep it on TV if it was me, but
And our tennis,
we have some stuff.
And
to
our
talk
tennis
about.
fans, we have a Djokovic versus Alcaraz in the Australian Open.
Yeah, but
The sacrifices we make for the Box2Box
Listen, we have
podcast.
Roma fans, so there must be at least one tennis fan out there.
Yeah, I would hope so. But
we had the Premier League this weekend.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
there was
There was this other sport happening, football.
Yeah.
You guys might have tuned in for that reason. Yeah, so the Premier League this weekend gave us a lot of good games. There was a lot of good games. Sadly not for me, but
Not for me.
I was happy on Saturday. Let's just say that because Saturday, Arsenal choke again, 2-0 lead.
2-2.
2-0 lead is crazy. Like you got, it's not like there was a striker issue, my brother. You guys scored twice. That should be good enough to see out a result. And then Aston Villa, the mentality monsters,
Mentalidad.
came back, scored 2 goals. Low key could have won the game too because there was a lot of chances at the end there that they could have won the game. Yuri Tillemans hit the
watching
post.
it? Were you watching
Yuri
this game?
Tillemans hit the post.
Were you watching?
Easily
the same
could have
game?
gone in.
Okay, so now we're just spreading misinformation 10 minutes
No,
into the
we're,
episode.
what about the
we're
handball?
not spreading misinformation.
Marino?
Marino?
We're acting like there couldn't have been like 3 or 4 goals on Arsenal's side.
Yeah, there could have been, but Tielemans hit the post,
Brother, Villa was sitting in a block.
as they should.
So
playing against Arsenal away.
It was Arsenal that should have won that game. But
Look-
anyway, continue spreading misinformation.
I'm not
What's
spreading
next? Manchester
misinformation.
United should beat Brighton this weekend.
No.
No?
They were
Sad.
terrible. I'm not spreading misinformation.
There was a lot of hate I saw about Arsenal and their players. Like I know Mika Marino got the brunt of a lot of hate. Like people were saying, like, what is he actually good at? which is like it's a little harsh on a
All
football
the
player.
slander names
No, I
about the
agree.
cardio.
Yeah, it's a
I
little
agree.
harsh.
I agree. What is Marino good at?
Yeah.
Doesn't specialize on anything really.
Even Declan Rice caught a couple strays. I'm not gonna cap.
No,
which
that's
is a little crazy.
I saw that too.
Caught a couple strays.
It's more the fact that he doesn't pass forward. Like that's what people are really mad about. Like he
I
oftentimes he
disagree.
passes back.
I don't think you're watching Arsenal.
Bro,
recently.
I think Declan Rice has this issue where he doesn't try that risky pass.
Where do
He
you
knows he
think
could do
plays?
it.
Where do you think he plays right now
What
on
does
the
that
pitch? Is he playing deep? Is he playing where do you see him at?
Bro, he's a midfielder. He's a box-to-box.
Bro,
He's everywhere.
the issue with Arsenal is not Declan Rice. Like
Bro, the guy
when I
No, that's not what I'm saying.
combines
No,
the opponent's box.
even when they let's say it was 2-2 in the final minutes and Arsenal were pushing, he was the one leading the
Yeah.
team forward. He was the one pushing them forward, saying, "Guys, we need a goal," and he was dribbling through players and willing himself into the box. My issue is more with players like Odegaard, where it's another game
Yeah.
where Odegaard looks like he was just a passenger for 90 minutes, and that's what separates Odegaard from being in that. Arsenal last season, Arsenal fans were telling me top 5 player in the Prem last season. I was hearing like that's just absolute insanity to hear now at this point when I watch the games and it's like Odegaard's not even playing.
Okay, well, clearly you weren't watching the games.
No,
I was
Odegaard,
very much
shambolic
clearly watching the
performance.
game because my brother, I have him in FPL. I'm playing Firms this week in FPL in our
Got
draft.
smoked, by the way.
And
Oh yeah, when I need an
Top
update
of the
later.
top of the table.
Might need an update later on that. I know Vava would have
because
brought it up if you want.
fuckers like Odegaard decide to take the season off. And then I just hear Solanke has a knee injury right before Everton.
Like
All 3 of my strikers this week didn't even play. Fuck.
Hit the second power on that one.
sounds like a problem over at what's your
At
team?
Bruno Dos
Bruno
Tres.
Dos Tres.
Bruno Dos Stress. That was a losing club to begin with.
Is there Kimi rolling?
Bro, I'm about to
We
finish.
got some banger
I'm about
names
to
in our
finish
FPL.
second, bro. I'm about to finish up on my money, bro. I'm about to be 7 foot tall on my money, bro.
About 6-1 on your money.
I'm
now,
already
too, bro.
6'4", though.
Isn't
but-
second place? We just returned the money.
No. I spoke
second place
about
makes
this with
money.
the league commissioner, okay?
Second place makes money.
Second place makes $100. Third
Wow.
place
Let's
gets
go up.
third
Let's go
place
up.
gets their money back. First place Firms, I don't know if you know how much it is because I'm collecting that amount.
Oh.
Season's not done, bro.
Wanka.
Wanka.
But yeah, Arsenal, their issues, like we very much can say that it's an easy cop out, and a lot of content creators are just saying that all they're missing is a striker. I really don't think the issue is just a striker.
Doesn't help Saka's not there.
I agree completely, but I think even with Saka there, like for me, you're not getting enough out of. And this was a good game by Trossard, but I think over
Amazing
a 38
game
game,
by Trossard.
yeah, I agree, very good game by
Probably his
Trossard.
best game of the season.
But over a 38 game season, I don't think you're getting enough out of that left wing, especially for a team that plays. You guys always play the ball out wide. It's like 95% of the time the ball is funneled out
Yeah.
wide and then it's figured out.
been like
And
that.
for a team that plays like that, you can't have non-elite players out wide. Like you have Saka, but you need to have like a Saka at the left wing also. So I don't know who Arsenal, obviously the main prime target, you could have gone, for me, Kvaratskhelia for 70 million. If that was an option, you should have done that easily. But now looking at the options, it's almost like this summer for left wing, you're left with who? Leao maybe is the
It's
only
kind
one
of,
that's like
sunken-
semi approachable.
It's like sunken effort.
Semi-approachable,
Like
yeah.
we've already sunken so much cash into Martinelli. Not really Martinelli, but like Trossard. What you go buy Kvara. Now you have 2 wingers that can.
You could go sell Trossard for a profit.
I would actually get rid of Martinelli if anyone.
You could sell Martinelli for a profit.
Like
also.
I'd rather Trossard off the bench than Martinelli off the bench. I don't know if that's a hot take.
Yeah.
for-
It is
for
because
Arsenal fans,
Martinelli's
but
more Trossard's more versatile also.
I know, like as a sub, I'd rather Trossard.
It's more like once again, Kvara made too much sense. You have to go get a layout. I would look
I would run away from.
as a Man United fan. I don't want this happening, but like
Standards.
and you could do it on loan. Marcus Rashford on loan for 6
Okay.
months. See if he
Bars in hell.
bro. If he could get back to that standard,
You
Hey,
know
he'll
he
be-
can.
I don't
I
think he
agree.
would
He
choose
can,
Arsenal.
but you're not buying him.
Yeah,
You're
but he-
loaning him.
I
But
know,
he
but
doesn't
even
do
a
enough
dry
to get a
loan,
starting
the sport has left him.
Yeah.
I'm
Like the
just
Premier League level of physicality you need for the Premier League, Marcus Rashford is not there, bro.
Not right now, but I do think like even if they brought him on, does he really warrant a starting spot for an Arsenal left wing? I really don't think so. Kvara would have warranted a starting spot.
Yeah.
That's a brother you put in immediately as he lands.
Bro,
but
PSG now with Kvara there, try and go get Barcola potentially for left
that's
wing.
going to cost you probably just as much or even more than Kvara.
Yeah. 70 mil.
At
Bro,
that
that's
point, I'd
what
rather
elite
just have
talent
Kvara.
costs nowadays, bro. No one's selling elite talent for 40, 30 million.
Unless
So-
you're developing it.
That's why I'm surprised they haven't spent that much, except Havertz for 50 mil. Who have they spent a lot on?
Wasn't it like
Or 70?
70?
It was
Agreed.
no,
to
it
like
was
that?
it
horrible
was
deal. Must have been
I think it
60,
was
around
60, but his wages, he's top earner at the club, I believe.
Yeah.
So
But investments wise, like up top, who have they gone for? Except Havertz.
Gabriel Jesus was the striker purchase before Havertz.
Yeah.
And now, obviously, after this injury, it kind of looks like Gabriel Jesus' Arsenal stint's probably going to come to an end pretty soon.
Could this be
So-
just Arteta saying I'm comfortable with the striker force I have?
They're getting links to Sheshko. Like, I don't know if
Bro,
if
Sheshko is.
it's not gonna happen,
I
but
know,
it's
but this
expensive.
guy
coach?
flies under the radar. Because he played versus Juventus and I saw his athleticism. This guy would actually be very, very effective in the Premier League. Bro, he's just ridiculous. Like he's a physical phenomenon. Like he's.
I agree.
He's massive. Well, I don't know how. Like he's more tall than he is wide. But has the flexibility of Zlatan. Like, you know, like the Zlatan feet in the air. Like, he can take a ball down over his head. He's fast. He's goal-driven. Like,
he's inconsistent, though, from
he
what
is
I hear.
inconsistent.
Hot
He
stints,
isn't,
cold
yeah.
stints.
But I don't know.
Elite goal scorer, though.
Yeah, Sheshko needs to be on the Premier League.
But, okay, so now in January, you're not getting any links to any strikers. You're not getting any links to any left wingers. There's the Sheshko link, but Leipzig already shut it down, so I don't think that's happening. You start hearing, oh, they're buying Zubimendi this summer, which is like pretty much nailed on. I don't leave that Aston Villa game and say, you know what, that team is missing? Zubimendi.
Zubimendi.
Like, I think it's just unnecessary spending that you should have put that funds to. Like, let's say the difference between you getting a 70 mil striker and Alexander Isak, I think that's not worth getting Zubimendi. Like,
I think the club, and they've proven this in the last year, I'd say, don't care about public opinion as much as we think. I think they're happy with Arteta, and I think if they say let's not force a striker move in January, let's wait till the summer for more options, then then they look at Arteta and say we're not going to sack you.
oh, but as an owner, I wouldn't sack Arteta. It doesn't make, because as an owner, you obviously, unless you're Man City, like where the owners are actually perceived by their trophies, because it's more of a country running it than it's more like a status symbol. Financially, Arteta gets you guaranteed Champions League practically every year. In the last couple of years, it's guaranteed Champions League. In Champions League, gets you pretty far, a good enough return where financially, I'm pretty sure Arsenal's getting bigger marketing-wise and selling more jerseys year in, year out. Your sponsorships are getting bigger. I wouldn't sack Arteta as long as the fan base is, I think the fan base is still semi-backing him. So
Semi.
Yeah, I think it's a split camp.
But over time, you lose. You trim almost. The
you
fan
chip
base.
away at that fan
but
base.
if you control the PR well enough, you could low-key give them hope every single year.
Bro, the
That's what
hope
they've
is
been
the hope is
Yeah.
also in the youngsters, because then the fans are like, oh, we need this, we need that. Okay, well now we have
Nwaneri.
now we have Nwaneri.
Lewis Kelly had
Now
an
we have
amazing
Lewis
game.
Kelly.
Oh, Lewis Kelly is an amazing, and I think
What a talent.
and
The game before, the Villa game too.
True.
Arsenal have to stop using this brother at left back. He ain't a left back. He's a center mid. That brother is going to be a world-class center mid. I think he's actually held back at left back. I think
Is he 17?
he's
Am I
he's
tripping?
might be 18
What's
now.
his natural position, though? Because I've only
He's
seen him
always
as
been a
left back.
center mid. Always been a center mid. His entire youth career was a center mid. Now Arteta's playing him at left back because left back in Arsenal system's a bit of a center
you
mid, bit of a
invert,
yeah. But I think this brother is. He's always been rated high in the youth academy
He
of
was
Arsenal.
cooking. He was
he's
cooking.
he's a very special talent. But look, we can't just shit on Arsenal. Aston Villa were the other team here, and I think they're 8th place now in the Premier League. I think
Yeah, 8th place.
that's doing him a disservice of this performance this year. And they just brought in Daniel Malin.
I think that's an amazing signing, to be honest.
I disagree. I've
it's
never
a-
rated him, but
It's a decent signing.
After getting rid of Philogene for 30 mil and investing it in Daniel Malin, I think they need more of like a guy on the wing that he might actually play striker, to be honest, like next to either Duran or in that two striker formation that they've been doing with Watkins, Duran, or Watkins.
They never played two. I don't think they've ever
Morgan
played two strikers.
Rogers. Well, it's Rogers is like a shadow
Yeah,
striker, whatever
that's
he
true.
is. So I think he fits perfectly. I think he's gonna cook, but. Besides
spent a
that,
lot of money,
they have
bro.
an amazing team, in my opinion.
Villa
but-
did spend a lot of money drafting.
oh,
this team.
Unai Emery has been backed.
Yeah,
there's
like-
no doubt about it.
Like we shouldn't look at them and think like, oh, like they're overperforming like a Bournemouth. Actually, even
underperforming.
Bournemouth has spent, but like, bro, Ian Maatsen, I'm pretty sure was like 45 million.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or something. of the
35,
sort.
I think, or something like that.
Onana was in the
50,
region of
60.
50,
50
60.
50 or
And he
60.
hasn't
yeah.
been
Came
that
off
good.
injured.
Hasn't
if I'm
been
not-
that
He
good.
started off hot, and now he's recently been slowing down.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
True.
a shame because he
Did
is a
start
he
good.
is a very good player. But I don't know, Aston Villa this season's kind of been like a hot and cold. Like they started the season very well. You had that win against Bayern in the Champions League as well, and then it kind of like cooled off for a while. But then they end up getting a result here and there. do I think that's like their?
I think they're going to be a
comfortable
bogey
position?
team in the Champions League. I think it's going to be a
Yeah.
very. I think if you're going into the round of 16,
I'm
you
not scared
don't
of
want
Aston Villa.
Oh, no, I don't know about that.
if as what Juve, Arsenal.
Pick
Because
your poison.
either-
you were Juve, I'm actually taking Aston Villa in around the 16.
No, like
You are?
I'm saying
Yeah.
as a team that's supposed to compete for the Champions League, I wouldn't be scared of Aston
Okay,
Villa.
competing, yes, but around the 16
I'm more scared of an
team,
Atletico Madrid.
yeah,
Way
Atletico
everyone's
Madrid,
scared of
but Atletico Madrid at this point, I think you can comfortably say are one of the top 6-7 teams in Europe.
yeah, sure.
Easily.
Keep that energy when we have power rankings.
Yeah, but 6-7, bro, 6-7.
They're
They
there.
they just won 14 games in a row. They lost this weekend against Leganes. Fuck you.
Throw it all away.
But
Wanka.
yeah, wanka, literally. I have to stop saying fuck you. It's more wanka now.
Yeah,
that's
that's
the
what
energy
the
we on.
new-
The
that's the
Leganes
new one.
manager said wanka wanka.
Wanka walked off.
But yeah, honestly, we'll see where Aston Villa end up in the Champions League because if they go deep enough, it's like, where do we give our priority
Yeah.
to? It really
I
depends.
think they get knocked out soon.
They're struggling with squad rotation. I think they're just getting used to Champions League. It's their first year back. Like, have they actually been in the Champions League before?
No, well, they have in the past. They won a
back.
Champions League.
Yeah, way back. Yeah.
Aston Villa are Champions League winners, bro. Put some respect on their name.
Say a
More
lot.
than, more than Arsenal.
Them in Nottingham Forest.
yeah, I know
Champions
Nottingham
League.
Forest. Yeah, Aston Villa like, completely. Wow.
Yeah, it was in the 80s.
I don't know when it
70s
was.
or 80s.
I don't know when it was. That's the extent of my knowledge.
1963, bro. Come on.
Come on, read a book,
Bro,
bro.
raise your ball knowledge,
Read a
bro.
book. But yeah, you know, it sucks because now the title race is kind of opening up a little bit more for Liverpool. Like Liverpool now, it's
They're kind of running away with it.
Yeah.
kind of running away with it. But
And it's hard to see a contender nowadays.
not to say that they've been like world beating Liverpool as of late.
They're slowing down.
They're not slowing down, and they are.
They are.
They
They
are
had,
slowing
they
down.
had drawn 2 games before this weekend.
Yeah.
No, but watch like as a viewer, they're slowing down.
Brother, they just had like 38 shots against Brentford or something like that.
It's 9
Yeah,
on,
that-
eight
that
on
was a
target,
skin
bro.
move.
Brother saw the Salah stats in the past 2 games and said, time to call it off.
Salah 2 blanks.
But
Brother, I know
after
I had
giving
him
us
on
a goal every
captain in
game.
FPL, bro. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, me too.
It's Russian roulette, bro.
Against Brentford, you would think a couple of returns maybe, but I don't know.
Brentford away too.
Yeah.
Usually that's a money
That's a
game.
feast.
Yeah,
It's a
usually that's a
munch.
money game. But look, we can go into Liverpool's performance. I mean, there wasn't much to talk about this weekend for Liverpool. I mean, Darwin Nunez scored 2 goals in injury time. Me and Firms were
Winning
having
the
this
game.
debate off camera. I think Darwin Nunez is genuinely a horrible player.
I was saying that he is a good player if you put him in the right system. Like we saw at Benfica, man. Like
are you scoring?
You were saying that Darwin Nunez, if he left Liverpool, could be better. I'm more of the opinion that Darwin Nunez is only putting up these stats because he's at Liverpool, because he's playing with
but
Mo
he's barely
Salah and
starting.
Luis Diaz.
He's barely starting.
Yes, but when he is playing, he's playing with Luis Diaz and playing with Mo Salah and playing with elite players, and he's getting fed these goals.
It
I don't
does
think it's
help.
him.
I see what you're saying.
It does help, but in like counter-attacking systems, I feel like he feasts. Like he's just that guy who runs straight at you. You know what I mean?
I watched João Pedro today, and
Oh,
I think
João
João
Pedro's
Pedro's
amazing,
a
yeah.
significantly better player than Darwin Nunez.
But he's a link-up striker. He's more one that you
And I
you
think
have
he
in a
gets more
possession
output
system.
than Nunez. Over the course of a season for Liverpool, I think he genuinely gets more goals than Nunez.
Well, João Pedro fits Liverpool better than Nunes, but Nunes, say at like I don't know what's a counter like Nunes at Atletico Madrid would cook.
But I think
Counter-attacking systems like that, where he's just running straight line, he would score like 30 goals in that league, and he's shown it at Benfica.
he was linked to Milan for on loan. Would you have taken him?
I think he does help our goal-scoring issues. And we
would've
play
been-
somewhat counter-attacking.
He would
so
have
it
been
works.
better than what you have,
Oh, for
in
sure.
my opinion. So
I mean, our striker can't run. They're all link-up strikers, but
And
besides the
Trent
point.
dropped a man in the match performance, obviously.
Trent's
As per-
insane too.
Good.
What a player, man.
FPL, we're eating good.
yeah, well, I don't think the same could be said with Manchester United, unfortunately, this week
that bad.
because
It's a normal week, bro.
normal. Like I think you're so desensitized to these terrible performances. Like I'll ask you, after that Southampton performance, were you feeling confident going into this game with Brighton, or were you like expecting the absolute worst?
Bro, we've lost like our last 5 games against Brighton or some shit. Like Brighton is that team where I walk in with no
Hurtsler ball.
expectations. Like
Yeah.
it's not even Hurtsler, bro. It's
just
how many
Brighton-
Brighton managers have we get pimped out by every Brighton manager, bro. It's just take your choice, bro.
It's literally the polar opposites of how to run a club and how shit you've been
Yeah.
ran. Like Manchester United
past.
and Brighton.
Yes, I still think, bro. Look back at our summer. I don't think we had a bad summer. Like I still think it's
On paper,
an all right
well,
summer.
Brighton also spent. This is a stat that
They
for
did
some
spend
reason
a
we
lot.
know
A
a
lot.
lot. Brighton spent the most.
Yeah.
230 million.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So look,
Crazy.
Brighton are a very good side in the Premier League. I think I have them penciled in for like 9th, 10th right now. I forget where I put them in the reprediction, but
Crazy.
I think I honestly think we're a worse team than Brighton right now.
Well, for sure. I mean, they beat you.
The reality.
you know,
And
the
it was
depressing this is-
spanking, I'd say. Like, would
You're
you say
saying
that
that
you?
it's-
It wasn't a
It's
spanking. It was
spanking,
probably like a
hanky-panky, bro.
60%, 40% game. But
I would move it to 70 to 30.
no, okay. Are we taking the Andre Onana? If we had an average goalkeeper in net, not
Thank
making
you,
that
Bavar.
stupid
That
fucking
was
mistake,
The
this
next
fucking
thing I was about
idiot.
to say, can you finally get off that hill that Andre Onana?
We need it.
Sure,
Sure.
yeah, sure.
Sure.
Onana is not top 5 goalkeeper in the world.
No, because this guy's a fucking idiot.
What about in the Prem?
In the Prem, yeah, he's top 5 in the Prem. What the fuck?
That is.
What the fuck's this
still there.
competition?
Ortega.
Chelsea's pulling up with Robert Sanchez. I'm supposed to rate Robert Sanchez above his brother.
Where's he pointing at Millie?
I got Robert.
Why the fuck do I care about that guy over there,
Bro,
bro?
why do I care about Robert Sanchez over there?
But yeah,
better.
Andre Onana, the amount it's so disappointing because he drops an absolute masterclass, and then the next game he will just.
Welcome to the club, bro.
I'm watching the game, and the worst part is that it's gone to the point where when it happens, it's not even surprising anymore.
Bro, that's
No.
what happens when you're Manchester United goalie,
I
bro.
think that what was it? The third goal was very surprising. Like I remember producer T came home and I said,
That's when you know it's bad.
I said, producer T, did you see this Manchester United disaster class? He's like, no. I said, okay, let's pull up the highlights. I show him the highlights. His facial expression, seeing those Onana disaster mistakes, brother.
Well,
he
it was
had
only
he had
one
both hands-
mistake, but bro, it
he had both
literally
hands like this.
costed a goal.
Yeah, no, it was pretty bad. No, but even that second goal, like, where he was like hesitating to get to the ball on the far post. Goodness gracious, brother. You are supposed to be an elite goalkeeper. That should be easily dealt with. But listen, I still think that, brother, you bring him to Inter. He's still.
Any
Let's say
goalkeeper
this
at Inter is
summer,
good.
this summer he's not in my. Like, if I had to sell 10 players, he's not in the 10 players. That's how shit our squad is.
Really? That's kind of
Millie.
crazy to me.
What the fuck are you saying?
Crazy to me.
Yeah, no.
Tell him
If
straight
I
to
had-
Inter, bro.
He's not the first person I think of selling.
No,
He's
he's
still-
definitely not.
He's still in the top 10 players of the
Maybe.
team.
I don't know. I would need to
No,
think
but
about
I'm saying
it.
Maybe 10th.
he's saying he's. I don't think if you're competing, he's your goalie. He's not your goalie if you're competing.
We're not going to go from 13th to 1st in 1 year.
I know.
I'm saying this summer, realistically, what we can do, Andre Onana is not on the selling block.
Yeah, I think goalkeeper is one of those positions that like you just have to ride with it. Like
Bro,
especially
he
De
loses
Gea, you guys were with
points,
such a while.
man. That's the problem. He's good most of the time.
But he wins you points also. Like Southampton,
So
the
he's
first
net
time we
neutral.
played Southampton this season, he won us
He
points.
doesn't win you
He
points.
saved the penalty. He was man of the match. He literally won us those points.
And how many? He's lost you countless or draw like points. He's
No, I
lost.
think those are
you-
magnified.
Am I saying that Andre Onana in 3 years' time will be Manchester United
You
goalkeeper?
crucify David De Gea for doing the exact thing Andre Onana is doing.
And I'm crucifying him right now. He's
But
a
you-
fucking dumbass.
But you backed him for so long, and he's
The
shit.
recurring.
He's
shit.
fucking
shit.
shit. I agree.
Damn.
Okay. Now
On
I look
camera,
at our
bro.
team. I put it on camera, bro. We'll make another stupid mistake.
Bro, I'm gonna
next
print
week.
out a picture of it.
And Andre, you can't even play the victim gimmick, bro. I spent a year and a half of my life defending you with all my soul, so you can't even.
You did.
You can't even play that gimmick. I look at our team. I only see like 5 players we can actually like. I think that will be in our team like 5 years down the line.
Who are those players?
And 5 years down the line, I don't even think they're starters.
You sent a screenshot to the group chat. Those were the players.
Yeah, let's say we're playing the 3-4-3 that Amrim's playing. Only players I'm keeping in their actual position is I like our central center back options.
By the way,
like
you said 5 years. Before you say certain players, 5 years.
3 years. I said 3.
3?
Yeah, 3.
Okay, so which players?
But
you
3
see?
years, I expect to be back in top 4 and competing. Like it's
I know, but I don't want to. I don't want to hear like at least. I don't want to hear Harry Maguire in 3
Harry
years.
Maguire and central center back, bro. He's 31. You think, brother? You just
brother.
played fucking. Danilo's still at your club, bro. This guy's fucking was finished.
he was
He's
leaving.
still at your club.
Bro, he's on. We haven't played him, bro. He's on the way out. Danilo's not.
In 3 years, I hope Harry Maguire's not gonna be starting center back for fucking Manchester United.
But you were
But
about
you
to
would
say
keep
Harry Maguire.
Yeah, Harry Maguire's a solid squad option to have. He's a good player.
option.
He's a good player. In my optimal team in the next 3 years, you no Andre Onana,
No Andre Onana.
no. 3 years down the line, we should have a new goalkeeper.
Bring him to Inter.
I'm really surprised by
Best
this.
goalie in the Premier League, bro.
Three years down the line, we should have a new goalkeeper. Yeah, I'm not saying next year replace him. Like
60 million.
Once we have a good team, you
Swish.
I agree, but I'm very surprised by
Ramsdale
this.
Raya. Like Ramsdale got you to that point, and then when it's time to be the good team and become like a great team, you upgrade on goalkeeper.
Brother,
Okay, so
what,
Onana?
2
And
years?
we didn't spend 60 million. We didn't spend 60 million on Ramsdale.
I'm not okay. I'm not saying that we're gonna spend 60 million on our next goalkeeper.
60 million for a goalkeeper.
And Raya was a
can't
good
wait for
market
him to be back.
opportunity. He had 1 contract. You had 1 year left on his contract.
Who?
Raya at that
Oh,
point.
yeah.
So
All right, so
Okay, defenders.
defenders, Maguire and De Ligt are the center backs. I don't think we need to buy center
So
backs.
you've been liking the lit?
I don't mind De
I
Ligt.
really
I think
don't.
he's misused. He's not a wide center back.
Yeah,
very
it's
central
not.
center
He's like a sweeper center back that just should be there in case one of the wide center backs
But
moves up.
if you have Maguire, then I feel like they're very similar players.
Yeah, that's why they're good for center backs. They both play the same position.
Okay,
in
so
my
you
back
keep
three.
like Maguire on the bench. Type
We need
thing
to buy
in 3
wide
years.
center backs.
Okay.
And Euro, look, jury's still out on Euro. I think he's good. I think there's development to be there. He's not the finished article right now, obviously.
He's got the
not
character. at
he's
least.
not the finished. He had a good game actually today against Brighton. I would say he was arguably one of our best players. So I don't think
say
that was one of our
Anyway,
issue.
6.4 from up.
That's the extent of Palace ball knowledge, as you guys can see.
Literally.
Ugarte and Mainu, 6.4.
Left center back, I'm buying 2 left center backs.
2.
Yeah, well, minimum, bro. Licha, once again,
Ship him off.
hands up.
You got me.
You got me.
Damn.
We are not allowing these little motherfuckers near my club at center back again.
It's almost like everything we shit about Manchester United is correct, bro.
It's almost like you should stop acting like the patron saint who gets everything right because we got a long list of stuff that we got wrong.
Not on Manchester United. Everything I say about Manchester United, I am
Okay,
correct.
so everything you say about Arsenal and Juve are
No,
wrong.
because there's delusion in there. 'Cause it's
Exactly.
the club that I support.
Yeah.
Manchester
delusion
United,
here, support.
every time I tell you,
support.
I'm correct.
If
Okay.
you want to hit, just do the opposite
I'm
of what
liking
Vara
right-
says.
Right center back, I would buy a player that Euro can either develop behind or give him competition. So
But
just
experienced.
one right center back.
Okay.
We're at 3 players.
Wing backs.
4.
Actually, no. I think here this is my for right center back. I would do Euro and I would play Mazraoui, kind of like a Darmian right center back. Like
What does that mean?
like he can play. What?
No, it makes
Like
sense.
he
It makes
could-
sense. It's
Kind of
very
like a
similar.
Darmian. How does Darmian play?
Darmian plays right center back.
Yeah, he plays
Like
more
he
right
could
center
sub
back.
in as a right wing back
Yeah.
and right center back.
Yeah, and
Although
when-
right
But
wing back
much
he hasn't-
better as a
yeah, I
right
know.
center back.
Yeah.
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 But
But he doesn't have the
then
defensive
I buy
ability.
4 like wing backs 4. That's like the position.
Damn.
Bro, build a club, bro. Might as
I
well
need
just
2
delete
and 2
club.
on
We
each
invoice
side,
them now or
brother.
later?
2 and 2 on each side. Get me Nuno Mendes on the left, Frimpong on the right. The backups you figure out.
So right now, who do you have there? You have Dalo. Who's
Dallo,
behind
ship
Mazraoui?
him, bro.
Ship
Ship
him, all right.
him. This guy,
Malacia.
no, but in
Malacia
a back
gone.
4, Dallo's not bad. Back 5, brother. It's,
Yeah, but he's useless if you're
it's like
playing a
that
3-back.
meme where the guy's holding your eyes open like this,
have to watch
forcing you
some
to
Dallo
watch.
ball.
He's horrendous.
What about playing him as one of those wide center backs?
Yeah, that
Fire.
could work.
He should be sent to jail just for proposing.
Why?
Brother,
Bro, I'm trying to
Dallo,
save you a bit of
very-
money, bro.
he's very
Trying to save you
defensive.
some-
save us a bit of money. Sell his ass and you
Right?
can get money for him.
As you are speaking now,
Who's
it's
gonna
like
buy
this
these
team
players
needs
at
a
an all-time
$1 billion
low, bro?
I said 3 years
was
down the
so
line.
good. He was
3
so
years down
good
the
that
line.
he can function as anywhere within a 3-5-2. How is that possible that a good player
Because he's
cannot
a
function anywhere?
4-back, fullback.
Yeah, but I mean, we're gonna bring up if you brought up Darmian, but like we usually play our fullbacks.
There's
as
players.
those
There's
center- wide
players who
center
can
backs.
work in a 3-5-2 who can't work in a 4-4-2. Marcus Alonso, bro. Marcus Alonso spent his whole career going from
Alonso.
3-5-2 manager to 3-5-2.
Who's Marcus
Hakimi as a
Alonso,
right back in a back 4 is not that good. In a back 5, he's fucking amazing.
In a back 4, he's been for PSG for the last how many seasons?
Bro,
has
he
been a
plays
back
in
four
Ligue
right
1,
back?
and then whenever the lights are on, Hakimi drops a fucking stinker. He takes a dump right in the middle of Parc des Princes. So, and then,
So Inter, they turned a 4-back system into a 5-back system.
bro, if DiMarco played a 4-back,
He'd be
He does
good.
at Italy.
Yeah,
and
he's
we
very
play
good.
fucking Montenegro, like it's really what happened at the Euros.
Yeah, France. And
Yeah, you could say that about every club
We
at
win
the Euros,
versus
but
France and we play
anyways.
versus Belgium. But yeah, continue.
It's okay.
Cook.
But
Center mids. I mean, I don't mind Ugarte and Menu. I think
What does I don't mind mean? Like not good enough or
In
I don't
3
think you mind
years-
them on the squad.
like Menu. A lot of people give Menu, and I did at first too, and looking back, it's just a lot of bias was involved.
Oh yeah.
Mainu's not a finished article, even though you want to treat him as one. Like, he's not a finished article. I'm not selling him. This is not a Garnacho situation where, like, you would need to offer me like 100-something million for Mainu to even consider it.
That's crazy. Like, I find that
crazy.
80 mil you already.
I wouldn't do it.
Why?
I'll give you, I'll give
Because
you
someone with
João
the
Neves
potential
right
of Mainu, someone with the potential of Mainu would cost you 80 million.
now. João Neves for Kobe Mainu right now.
No,
Okay, you're correct.
Interesting.
no, I wouldn't do that.
Noted.
Noted.
That's
Keep
crazy.
that in the
Are you
books.
sure?
Bro, go
João
back.
Neves.
Bro, go back.
Vitinha?
You're catching him at a bad time. Go back 6 months ago. If I said Mainu for João Neves, you're saying no without a shadow of a doubt.
Me, I'm always saying.
You're just catching it. You're just catching it at a bad moment.
Anyway, go
And then the
today.
front three, bro. Ahmad and then Bruno and the rest figure it out.
Like
Ahmad
gone.
and then Bruno and then
3 years all gone.
Okay, so
Xerxes,
no
Hoyland
strikers.
gone.
Xerxes low-key been winning me back over, but once again, like I said, him and Hoyland have this gimmick of once again it happened today.
yeah, no.
The brother drops good subs performance. He starts, does fuck all. He actually got a pen today, so it's actually he got the pen.
Got yanked down, but
Yeah, but look, my squad's finished, bro. My
squad's cooked.
squad is cooked, bro. If it were up to me,
You might actually be the first
If it
club.
were up to me, I would only allow like 5 or 6 players on the flight back.
You might actually be the first club to get 3 rebuilds in a season. The way things are going, like
The
we
record.
might have a YouTube video
A
ready.
lot of Spurs fans are saying we need a part 2 of the Spurs rebuild.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Damn.
I don't
Inter,
think that's a
Inter,
Not bad.
that's a club we can't save, bro.
can't wait for
Right
the
now.
Inter rebuild.
Inter, oh my god.
One day.
Milan
Have it
rebuild
one
was
day.
in the cards for quite. Honestly, low key, Milan rebuild could have happened if we timed it better.
Yeah.
But
If Milan were a big club.
if Milan were like a bigger club than maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
My
Just got the most views on the live.
Wanka, wanka,
That was
wanka,
Inter.
wanka.
That was because of Inter.
How's that wanka? But listen, Manchester United have a lot to fix, especially after that disastrous performance. But let's head over to the other side of
I'm
Manchester.
surprised we didn't hear an Amorim out from that side of the.
No, I don't. I think
If you
it's
guys
just
want to
too
talk
early.
about it, because I know you were kind of hinting it, but I find there's no ground
I
to
don't
say
think there's a call- I
Amorim
don't
is
think
at
there's a-
fault.
People don't believe my truths about Manchester United, so I won't share them anymore. I'll keep them to myself.
I don't think there's any conversation about firing him
No.
right now, like at all.
And actually, what I like about Amorim is that he went to the press and actually said there's no
That was
solving this.
good.
Right? Like
Yeah,
being
but-
honest in these points is what wins you fans.
Yeah,
because
but
that's
you're-
what you need.
Winning fans, but in the locker room, it's like, okay, our coach is giving up on us.
Bro, you know
No,
how
it's not.
infuriating it was hearing Ten Hag bring up his trophies and saying like,
Yes.
"Oh, we will fight till the death next match."
There's a balance.
Like, bro, shut the fuck up. Our team is fucking
Yeah.
horrible.
I know,
Now
but
he was forgetting
I can
everything
tell Amorim, like, over time it beats you down. And that Ten Hag started only spiraling out at the end, realistically.
Brother, the whole last year and a half.
Amorim's he's already showing hints of defensiveness. His mental state will deteriorate if Man U are shit next season. And then you might get to a point where he's calling out his Carabao Cup.
But ideally now in maybe summer he gets reinforcements that help him out because he just got a completely new team right now.
He just said he said it in the interview. I am managing the worst Manchester United.
Yeah. I'm glad
no,
he
he
agreed.
didn't say I am managing the worst. He said we are. He's part of the like. He added himself part of it.
Okay, we are, bro.
There's a difference between saying my players are shit, I'm working, or we are all doing
No,
like
that's
shit.
not what I meant. Okay, so then correction. He just said this.
Yeah,
is
we are the worst Manchester United team of all time.
Yeah.
That's really rough after coming off a really.
I mean, is it wrong? I mean, we got relegated
think
once.
that's
What
the
else do you
reality
want him to
check.
say? You want him to say
That's the
like,
reality
oh,
check
we
you
played
need.
good. We'll
No,
get him
of
next
course
time.
not. Of course not.
But at least he took responsibility.
And I'm interested to see what we do in the last days of the transfer window. We have like half the month left. I think Fabrizio Romano said there should be action going on now that we got Anthony out, potentially Garnacho out. We should start seeing some movement for Manchester United. So hopefully, for me, number one is wingbacks. If we can get some wingbacks in, it's going to be a season.
Different team.
I'm not going to say season changer. We'll make top 4, but we're not going to be a 14th place in the Prem. I like to see us work back into the top 8
Bro,
potentially.
my worst nightmare is Manchester United finish 8th, don't get into Europe next season, come over the summer with a brand new team, end up being good, and then basically have what Conte is doing, have nothing but the Prem to focus on, and the Man U just dominating the Premier League next season.
Mashallah.
God willing.
With
God
no,
willing.
and then Vavra comes here every single week being like, bro, no shit, we're beating all the bottom teams, and then I'm gonna counter with, it's
You're not
because you
playing.
don't have any Europe to play for. I can already see that
And then-
those debates happen.
Then it's like he would probably say like, oh, but if we were in those competitions, we'd we'd actually destroy everyone.
Another year of hypotheticals.
Yeah.
And then
I can't wait.
That's what we live for.
Power rankings,
the
Manchester
champagne
United
out.
top 10. That's gonna cook.
Bro,
Write that down. Write that down.
One competition, your cap is 10 for me. cap is 10.
So-
That's a Napoli cap.
So we put Nottingham Forest in the power rankings. but
Context
not,
also. takes
Nottingham
into
Forest
account.
cap.
Nottingham Forest. But listen, we could talk about Manchester United for another hour at this rate. But we'll head over to the other side of Manchester and Manchester City. Listen, 6-0.
Everybody-
versus this.
Please
was an
don't
everybody
say what you're
situation.
about to say, bro.
Is Manchester City back, gentlemen?
Back. They never left.
They never.
my God.
That's what I'm saying.
I said it on the pod.
Bro,
They
sc-
never
They
left.
scored 6 against Ipswich the first time they played them also, bro. At the end of the day, Man City is just Ipswich's like pimp. Like it's
Then they beat West Ham 4-1 the week prior.
West Ham?
Could be. I don't
Chelsea.
remember.
Chelsea 2-0. Who? Ipswich? You're talking about?
No.
No.
Oh, Man City.
City.
Man City. Bro, beating West Ham. Big yip.
Okay, but VAR. They went.
They played Man City with no striker because Mikel Antonio got into a car accident and then Nicholas Fulcruz a walking band-aid.
Bro, they lost to Manchester United in their bad stretch of form.
Who?
Man City. So you're acting like it's a change of
Bro,
football.
Amad Diallo does that to motherfuckers, bro. We're missing out on an Amad Diallo hat trick, by the way, that didn't go mentioned in the Man United section.
I thought we almost
by
had
it.
it. I thought we almost-
Backtrack,
I thought we almost had- bro. Just when I thought I was out, they
reeled
pulled
me
me
back
back.
Better than Bukayo Saka. Okay, now fast forward back to Man City. Okay, I'm not gonna let that go unnoticed.
Perfect.
Crazy.
But yeah, it's crazy that Man City are low-key looking like they're picking up stride again, and you're adding 200 million of players now, or not 150 million of players.
This is like that one Chelsea season in January where they just like dropped the bag because the numbers are outrageous for
and
January.
Erling Haaland signing a 10-year contract.
I don't get it.
Bro.
No, but there's clauses. Like I know there's in the 4th year of the deal, there's a release clause.
We spoke with Alan.
No, but it's just public knowledge. Yeah.
okay.
In the 4th year of the deal, there's a release clause. So Haaland can
9.5-year deal. Did he sign?
9.5.
yeah,
It
because-
was 115 months.
Dude, that's how do you even start a
115
conversation?
charges. He signed for 115 months.
What are the consequences of that?
Yeah.
That might actually be a wanka.
Metaphorical.
Yeah,
That
it
is
is.
metaphorical. Brother,
They're trying to say something.
that in my head, I'm thinking like that means they beat the charges.
They
bro.
probably
beat the case.
agreed the contract like a month ago, but they were like, let's wait one more month just to spiteful.
Yeah.
Like, how funny would it be?
Yeah.
How funny would it be?
But supposedly the wage on his contract is
But they were talking like 900K a
astronomical.
week.
He was on 900K a week.
He was.
Yeah.
Was like before this contract.
Bro,
Because
that's like
he's on
fucking 25 million.
He's on.
a house
He's
a-
on.
house a week.
He's on 500K base, but the performances and stuff
All that up.
put him at like
up to
He's,
highest.
I think he might be at
over a million
base
a
now.
week. Over a million a week.
So now,
He's not
what is
worth
he
it.
making?
He's $1 million a week,
Bro,
It's base.
He's Man City's. He's Man City's first global superstar that they've
Bro,
had.
I know. I get it. But watch the fellow.
fellow.
It's
Watch
He's
just,
the
still a
lad.
dominant player.
bro, he doesn't dominate on the pitch.
He dominates on and off the pitch. He's a like a
do you mean
marketing,
off the pitch?
Off the
a
pitch.
marketing,
Who you talking about? Dominating who, bro? The fuck you talking about? Off the pitch.
He's dominating on
bro. A
Dominated.
marketing wise, he's a very like he's
Okay, marketing, you mean? Okay.
other than Mbappe and maybe
Upper
Yamal,
bottom.
he's probably in that bracket in terms of marketability.
No, 100%, bro, for sure. But like watching him, I don't know. Isak just moves me more. Like
I see what
other
you're saying.
strikers are just much better than.
Yes, but from a
Haaland.
business
Aesthetically
perspective, Isaac will never generate you as much money as Haaland. He will never, ever.
Well, I guess we'll see.
I guess
Bro,
You'll never know.
you know how many Haaland kits must have been sold? Like,
4 or 5.
bro, you're
At least.
Remember when we were in Italy, we had a couple next to us trying to decipher who was
Oh,
playing on
rough.
the television.
It was
They,
rough.
they were I think Americans. They were trying to figure out who was playing.
Americans.
I think it was Man City versus
Sporting.
one of
Man City
those.
versus
Oh,
Sporting.
the game was
Amarim
Sporting.
Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, who are these teams? Whatever. A whole conversation passed. The guy who they pinpointed was Haaland. It's like, oh, that's Haaland. That's the guy that our kid loves.
Yeah.
Right? Man City guy.
Little bandwagoner over there, but
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
It just shows,
they didn't
like-
know anything else about football. But then when they saw
The
they're like,
blonde guy.
who's MNC, and they're like, and then the I guess
that's
husband's like,
that's
oh, that's
no, what
that's
is it?
Manchester City. Where do they play? And then they're like, someone's
London.
in London. Like Manchester City, I think they play
Manchester.
in London, and I'm like, we're doing the. Me and friends are sitting there, we're like,
We're just listening.
we're just like, ain't no way they just said that. But then she's like, yeah, but that's Haaland. Like that's the team that Haaland plays for, and I'm
At
like,
that point, we're like,
how the f-
so
she
they
doesn't
know
anything
Haaland,
else. But you know Haaland.
Yeah.
So the fact that he is at that level is kind of crazy.
Global superstar.
But $1 million a week, I think that might be a European record. Could it be? Because I don't think Messi was ever
last
played.
contract
Messi was probably up
Mbappe's
there.
last
No, he
contract
wasn't.
at PSG,
There's
I
no
think,
way.
was above that.
The thing is that Messi
Bro,
had deferred
Neymar
payments.
PSG.
No,
No, no,
PSG,
Mbappe's
no.
PSG was significantly higher than.
Oh, the second one.
yeah.
It's very possible. I don't know, but he's definitely up there as one of the most money-laden contracts
Well,
ever.
Neymar's Al Hilal contract technically.
Yeah, but
It's more
European-wise,
Yeah,
is
but
the-
per
is the
minutes
thing.
played, but Ronaldo's
Crazier.
contract is
Oh, yeah.
significantly
Billion.
larger than all of these
How much is he
contracts.
getting a week?
Like two,
I think over the course of his contract, he's making like 700 million or 800 million,
yeah, but
600 million maybe, or if. But when Messi's contract
Give me one, bro.
dropped, it was like he's getting paid. I don't know. The
Has
more
Ronaldo ever
money.
been on a Box2Box
Honestly,
podcast?
you could pay all like. It doesn't even matter like how much you're getting paid at these levels. It's like, bro, you're
Monopoly money
yeah,
at that point. My
it
goodness.
doesn't even matter.
But yeah, with the other trying Marmoush there.
300K a week,
Marmoush.
300 bags a week.
Varvar off camera when we said how much this brother was getting paid a week at Manchester
That
City, he's
that
like, we gotta talk
transfer
about it.
turned from a B, like without knowing the wage, it turns from a B to an F automatically.
I thought it was at 40 million. I thought the deal was 40 million.
70
and Then I
million.
check 70. I'm like, that's a little steep. For
70 million already. It's like, okay,
It's
you can
steep.
kind of justify it. The brother's putting up Harry Kane numbers in the Bundesliga. And then 400K a week.
What's his
300K a
stats?
week.
What's his stats before the season? Because I've
Ridiculous.
never heard of this guy before the season.
Ridiculous stats.
He used to play at St. Pauli. He used to play at Wolfsburg. He was actually decent
He's
for
a Bundesliga
Wolfsburg.
Don.
Bro,
He's been
it's
there
one
now.
of those Frankfurt Jovic situation. Or was
Did he
it
play
which player did Frankfurt
Jovic.
no, Kolumwani. It's a Kolumwani situation, literally bar for bar, word for word.
70
He
mil, no?
joined Frankfurt for free
Yeah, he did.
From this
2
season,
years ago.
this season, 26 games, 20 goals, 13
Ridiculous.
assists.
Like that's insane.
Wow.
Justifies the 70 mil, but 300K a week.
But does it justify?
I don't like.
He's 25 years old. He showed like at St. Pauli, 7 goals, 2 assists over his full season.
Like
Different.
he's an
Stuttgart flopped at Stuttgart.
Like his resume is like you're really banking on
bro,
this form
It's low-key-
continuing.
It's like Gyökeres. It's like a one-season Gyökeres.
but bro, it's crazy because the career path is reminding me so much of like his Egyptian counterpart Salah. Like
Bloomed a little late.
Playing
Yes.
an actual like another top 5.
Like, bro, that last season at Roma where he's in the team of the season, you're like, oh, but then you're like, Liverpool, bro, why'd they buy him off of one season of hype? 40 mil seems kind of steep. You're like,
one season of hype. This brother was cooking at Fiorentina before Roma too.
Yeah,
Like,
but not to these levels.
yeah, but I'm
Like,
sure
you see the
Marmoush
jump.
was cooking at Wolfsburg too before Frankfurt.
No, he wasn't.
no, he wasn't.
Goals and assist wise, he was a wingback actually in the past. Marmoush, they actually used him
St.
as a
Paul?
wingback. He was
Oh
originally
yeah,
a
that was
wingback.
the thing that they were talking about. He was playing as a right back almost.
Yeah, so he's a very versatile player, but
Or horrible misprofiling.
yeah.
Because that makes no sense.
my issue
Bro,
with
that's
the
20
deal,
goals.
my issue with the deal is Frankfurt are scammers, bro. Frankfurt are like just for you, my friend.
Bro,
like
Jovic 50 mil to Real Madrid. Kolomwani was what 70
80 million.
80 mil to PSG.
100? Was he? Did he hit
90,
100?
90, I think.
He didn't
I
have-
never hit
he did not
100.
hit
Might be spreading misinformation, but
I'm pretty sure it's 90. I would check.
and then there's
to be another.
Etikike to PSG was also a scam. Yes.
Well, he was like 50 mil. I remember that.
There's another Frankfurt transfer right now that we're not thinking about.
Ekitike is at
Rebic.
Frankfurt right now.
Rebic was like 30
No, but
mil.
he was there.
Oh, they bought him back?
Let me see.
Who
Let
was?
me
What
see.
was that 3? There was a 3 at Frankfurt. It was
Rebic, Jovic.
and who was the third?
Don't know.
I don't remember either. Someone.
I want to see Ekitike though, because that guy was very highly looked at, but then
Yes,
completely flopped.
but
at
he's
PSG.
balling this year in the Bundesliga.
Where does he play
balling.
now?
He plays at Frankfurt. But
Oh, Frankfurt
streets are
Dons.
saying the next Alexander Isak. Streets are saying
Well, Frankfurt Dons are saying that because they know
I
they
don't
can get a bag.
I don't know.
they sold William Pacho to PSG for 40 million last summer. Kolumwani was 95 million euros.
Crazy.
Dabba-doo.
I wonder what we said about
Insanity.
the transfer tier list.
Where's this Jovic for 63 they sold, and Haller was the one
Haller,
at West
that's what it
Ham
was.
for 50 million, and 50
Yeah.
he was not worth 50 million. He ended up being decent at Ajax, but I would still argue not worth 50 million. But 50 million to West Ham, and I think he scored like single-digit West Ham goals. So that one was obviously a flop. So
West Ham have not been able to find a serious striker. Like Mikel Antonio was
They've always
he was
bought strikers.
He was
And
always
rely on
decent.
Mikel
but it
Antonio.
always
You just
ends.
spray.
All roads lead back
Yeah.
to Mikel Antonio.
Yeah, and it's not even like he's that good.
He was a consistent Premier
he's the
League player.
dog.
He's all right.
Yeah.
I had him in FPL last year.
But yeah, so the top 3 outs of Frankfurt's history is like scammer gets scammed. Bad, like
Rough level.
historically bad transfers. So
The Atalanta roadmap.
it's kind of getting scary. And giving this guy 300K a week, that's kind of a nightmare for your. Let's say he turns bad.
Yeah, but again, it's like what you say about Manchester City. At a certain point, there's so much money involved that it's like
You gotta do your due
it's not
diligence.
even, it's just a number on the computer.
Even if he ends up being mid, Doku next contract is like, but bro, he's making 300K a week. I want minimum 300K a week.
Doku to Manchester United. Here we go.
They're gonna have to give it to him. But then that becomes your baseline of, let's say he flops, that's your baseline. Like for Arsenal, let's take for example, William Saliba probably sees Havertz on 300 something K a week. He's like, bro, I'm more important than Havertz. Give me 300K a week minimum.
well when they're renegotiating.
Depends, yeah.
Yeah.
It's in renegotiation.
Or I'll go to Real Madrid. You can pay me the same amount, but I can make the same amount at Real Madrid. I'll just go to Real Madrid.
Very tough situation.
Like 300K a week to give to this brother after half of a season, amazing
Yes.
half of the season. But 300K a week is
I think
it's
they
too
really
big of a risk.
They really
They were
had to
desperate.
work to get him
Yeah.
out of Frankfurt. I think they didn't want to leave.
But
Especially
from
in January.
From his POV, I'm sure you could have got him to accept 200K a week.
Probably.
Like 300K a week is like overdrive. Like it's like if the report came out that he's making 200K a week, I still would have said that's a lot.
It's like a blind bidding, but Manchester City thought
bidding
that
by themselves.
Yeah, they were bidding by themselves. Like, who's raising that up to 250? Hi, 300.
Must have been a good agent.
Yeah, that's bro. That agent deserves a raise
Yeah.
because he really capitalized on one half
the
season.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Crazy
do that
work.
again, we're
And
gonna have to
usually
talk.
Man City, look, we'll see if they were wrong, but usually Man City aren't the ones that get pulled into this scam. So now is the test of my theory saying that Manchester City's transfers in the last year have actually been ass. In the
I
last
don't know.
couple
I'm thinking
years.
about it. They've been a couple times.
They've missed. They started missing. Man
I think
City
it's
has
just
started
last
missing.
year though. Only last year, because
No,
then you
it's
look
the
back.
seasons
bro,
before
look
that.
at Haaland. Haaland was everyone was saying like, oh, he might flop, he might do this, bro. He ended up breaking the record, winning a treble. Like,
Bro,
they've had
Grealish,
hits.
Grealish, Doku was 60 million. Like he's starting playing decent again, but like I don't know, 60
Not a $60 million
60
player.
million could have gotten you a lot more than Doku.
I don't know. He's just not a game changer.
There's
He's not-
definitely
he's not that
definitely
guy.
many more misses.
Yeah,
back in the
but
day.
whatever. Man City, enjoy your signing. I like Kusanov though. I'll give him that. I like Kusanov. I've been following this brother just because I saw a graphic that had him listed as the best U22 center back in the world. I think I said this last week also
Yeah.
on the podcast, but then I looked him up on X, and now X gives me suggestions about Kusanov match comps every week, so I watched them, and he's actually pretty decent.
And they got that Brazilian too.
Vitorish,
Yeah.
know nothing about him.
Vitorish.
But Palmeiras Academy supposedly has him as like this insanely good.
Yeah, it's one of those things I like. They write down, they just scribble it out. Decent scribble,
Bro,
really world class. And then
What's
hope
crazy is that Palmeiras makes like hundreds of millions I wouldn't say a year, but like let's say every 2 years they make like 100-something million on transfers out, and they don't spend any money on transfers in. So
Who are
their
they
youth
supposed to get?
academy is literally just that one guy who owns Palmeiras in Brazil is raking in cash.
But they're investing a lot in the youth academy, I believe.
They have the
have the
by
best.
far the best youth
Yeah.
academy. They had Endrick. I think Esteval came through Palmeiras also.
Gabriel Jesus, no?
Gabriel Jesus was the first one, like the
Yeah.
OG, and now
He funded the
Vitorish.
streets.
Savinho might have
Savinho,
came
I'm pretty
through
sure
Palmeiras at the start.
I'm not sure.
That one. I'm not sure, but
But you can track back so many Brazilians to that academy.
Yeah.
If you really just go back to
yeah.
transfers.
So
Yeah.
they've been cooking.
Yep.
There's another team that's been cooking though.
Who's
Yeah.
been cooking?
One last topic for before we get into Serie A. Can Nottingham Forest stay in the top 4 by the end of the season?
Looking at me for.
Millie, the expert on Nottingham Forest.
I'm like the oracle of Nottingham Forest.
I want to say yes, but I don't see it happening. They have a very nice way of playing football that's easy to win games where they could just defend and then have that goal by Chris Wood. But I just find it tough to put them top 4. I don't know.
9 games undefeated right now.
I think they're gonna do well, but I would put teams like Bournemouth and Newcastle still better than Nottingham Forest. But if they do, I'm excited for a Nottingham Forest CL night, brother. These brothers won more CLs than Arsenal. I think they deserve to be there more than Arsenal.
You would actually enjoy watching a Nottingham Forest CL night.
I mean, I don't enjoy the Arsenal one, so let's give a Nottingham one a try.
Nottingham Forest versus Slovan Bratislava next season. You will be there no matter what.
Better than the Emirates for sure.
Well, listen, this is like the people's champ right now. I think a lot of people are rooting for Nottingham Forest to push for a Champions League spot. At one point, it was even like a Premier League title push, some were saying, but we'll see if it gets to that point. But Nottingham Forest, it's going to be tough. You have Manchester City kind of getting back into form now. They're in that 4th spot as we speak, so they have some competition coming up.
Not to mention Newcastle, also a team that's tied, I'm pretty sure, on 38 points with Manchester City. The depth will show throughout the season. They have guys like Elanga, which we saw, like, that's the quality just isn't there to compete with.
Elanga's a very good player.
Is he better than wingers on both Manchester City and Newcastle? I don't think so. Is he better than Anthony Gordon? No. Is he better than Doku? No. Like Dominguez you remember Dominguez from
Bologna legend.
Like the player quality is just not there. It's good form, it's good management.
I'm more worried. Like they do play a very injury-free. How do you say that? Like injury risk-free type of football. So they're kind of okay with that. But say an injury comes on Chris Wood, for example, bro, they have to play a 1 year.
Awoniyi.
That guy will not score you a goal.
They're linked. Hey, look, my Serie A people, you guys let me know. They're linked to Lorenzo Luca also as their backup striker.
Okay, I see that. That's actually
Inter's
a
next
perfect...
striker.
It's his next striker.
Oh,
going to Palace.
they're saying selling Awoniyi and then bringing in Lorenzo Luca as their backup striker.
That
very
will
good.
not solve you any issues. But they've been
As
hitting
depth, that's great.
They've been hitting on some Serie A dons. Milenkovic from Fiorentina has been a stalwart for
on my
Nottingham Forest.
FPL team.
I think the back line and the midfield is what the strong point of this team is.
Bro,
not the offense.
Murillo has been one of the best center backs in the Premier League this season. Brother is insane.
And
like
I agree. And what's crazy is that you could argue Nuno Espirito Santos has been manager of the season. Meanwhile, Spurs are probably going to be looking for a new manager soon.
Bro, remember the shit we used to talk about Nuno Espirito Santos?
talked a lot of shit.
Everyone spoke about this brother like he was a bum, but like reminiscing back, he turned Wolves into a top half Premier League team.
Whoa, okay, bro. Talk about what he's doing well now, not what he did with Wolves, because there was investment. There was serious investment.
Yes,
in that Wolves
but he also
team.
took them from a championship team to what they are. Not even today. He peaked with them. Now they're not even what they used to be. He brought them all the way, I think, to sixth or seventh.
Yeah.
Bro, that's a major, major achievement with that team.
Then he still get sacked.
Yeah, he still got. Did he get? No, I think he might have left. I'm not sure.
Wolves?
Yeah,
Yeah, he got sacked.
Brought in
sacked?
15 Portuguese players and then said
Called it a day.
called it a day.
But Wolves, he stopped getting investment. But if Tottenham had given him more time, you might have been reaping the rewards and seeing what Nottingham Forest are seeing now.
Depends. Like Spurs has always been this club that wants to play attacking football. I think it works with Ange, but Nuno is not that guy. He's the guy just defensively sound. He will not let anybody pass. Just defend the ball. You know what I mean? Like he does well what he does in the end.
See what you're saying. But anyways, it's still a long season. We're halfway there, so we'll see where Nottingham Forest and
Cheeky Bournemouth. I think Bournemouth is a much stronger team than Nottingham Forest.
They have a lot of injuries now, though. But I agree.
No striker.
Ooh. We have Tavernier injured.
They have
Evan
a
Nilsson's injured.
whole list of injuries. Yeah, their striker, all their
Unal is
strikers are
injured.
injured. Yeah,
Unal
They're playing Ouattara Dango up top. FPL pickup, by the way.
Firms got so lucky this season.
I'm so lucky. It's not like I just scouted this guy out of nowhere.
Yeah, but you get 2 injuries and now he's a starting striker.
Brother, you do the research, you find out they have no strikers.
Bro, I pick up players. They don't.
He was starting as a left winger.
well, listen, the Dons are getting to some FPL talk.
Firm's got a lucky season.
Yeah. But gentlemen, we'll head over to Serie A where, listen, as it stands, Napoli are first in the Scudetto race. They're first in Serie A right now. So even with Kvara gone, gentlemen, this is a little tough. It's a tough pill for me to swallow, especially as an Inter fan.
You hate Napoli. I don't know why.
Oh my God. There's
Well,
no
I mean,
team I hate more.
you have work
Right now.
and on the Patreon. If you guys saw the video on Patreon, and you guys should check out the Patreon. We're also at 500 members. No, we're at 491. I think you checked.
492, I think.
492.
500 milli oils up.
Yeah,
No, that is not happening.
that's what I've been hearing.
I don't know.
No,
I
I
heard
don't
those
know
rumors too.
who's
That's what
been
Box
hearing
to
that.
Box has
grapevine?
been telling me.
If it ain't
But-
coming from the source, it ain't happening.
But from our re-predictions of the top 5 leagues, Millie actually didn't put Napoli in his top 6. So
Now- your talk.
Was that a mistake?
now that might be a new podcast intro clip right there at the end of the season.
It's not already?
No. We have to. Maybe they do lose 10 games in a row or something.
You never know. No, I think my hatred
Surely
just
possible.
blinded me.
Surely. No, Millie, I think you were still cooking, bro.
I don't see why, bro. I don't see why.
Napoli, bro, this summer, if they win the Scudetto, bro, first of all, gonna be horrible. Secondly, if I hear a Napoli will repeat, bro, this summer, people asking if Napoli are gonna win the Scudetto, bro, Napoli next season, I can actually see them being 12th place. Quite possibly with this team.
With Conte?
Yes, bro. Conte's projects are always 2 to 3 years. Lukaku isn't getting any
Yeah,
younger.
but when Conte leaves, that's when you get worse.
No, but it's like a. Remember what we used to say about Inter?
yeah,
Where like Inter under
drop
anyone
off.
but Inzaghi would be shit.
yeah.
Napoli's team is just shit.
Well, what happens if Napoli get Inzaghi after Conte? They pull the their
pull the
Inter
Inter got the
timeline
foundation.
right
They
after.
will get people Inzaghi.
Yeah.
But
I
the
just can't
team is
believe it.
not that good. You got rid of the only superstar in the team.
Kvara.
But you have to understand is that Conte has this thing where it doesn't matter if you have superstars. He is the superstar. Like, he is the face of Napoli now.
Plays, bro. The
No,
glaze.
it is, bro. I look at that Napoli team. I can't believe we're still playing Juan Jesus in 2025 and he's making him look competent.
And you know what's
Bro,
crazy?
David Neres is looking like
David Neres is good, though.
Yeah, but he's looking like the star of all stars in Serie A right now.
You want to hear what's crazy, Millie?
Go for it.
Didn't Firms say, I don't want Conte at Milan this summer?
I don't think he fits. Bro, he would have bumped heads right away.
Yeah, he would not have.
With everybody.
but we
What
thought-
backing would he have had at Milan?
We thought that it would be rough at Napoli too, with De Laurentiis
We
and
did,
Conte,
yeah.
but it seems like they're kind of on the same page with a lot of things.
Well, I don't think he wanted Kvara sold.
No, I think the way
He
he
didn't.
plays, he
No,
doesn't.
he said it. He said
said it.
something. He said like we spent a lot of time getting. He basically said it took us a long time for Kvara to work in a Conte system.
Yes.
And then as soon as that happened, ciao.
Yeah.
That's because of De Laurentiis' stubbornness. But
I don't know. I think Napoli as a like when you look at it on paper, like this is maybe a CL level team, but they should not be running away with any Scudetto in my
CL in
opinion.
what
bro,
sense?
CL level, like-
clear, bro. Stop
like
making
4.
those faces.
Like
Inter
top
Is
four.
clear.
Atalanta a CL level team?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, but
they're
they just
actually-
beat Atalanta. And then also they're like, how many points clear of Atalanta now at this point? 8 or 7?
No. They're
Well,
the
I
same
thought-
as
Not sure.
same as Inter. No, 3 points less than Inter.
Oh my
points more than
god,
Inter's
bro.
first right now?
No.
No.
So
Okay.
6 points. I think Atalanta's 6
Atalanta's 43. Napoli are on 50.
Okay, 3 points more than it.
7 points.
But Inter
by one.
Inter could be tied with Napoli.
Yeah, with
Inter could be first if they just win the next game.
Yeah.
No,
Well, it's
because in
Fiorentina.
Serie A it works head to head. It's not
Goal
it's not
difference.
goal
What's your head to head
difference.
with Napoli?
We're tied.
You have a game in hand, though.
So then it goes.
it
If you're tied, it goes on to goal
Goal
difference.
I don't know exactly because I play FM and I know it at Serie A is head to head. But yeah,
I don't know. Just look at his team, man. Like, it's not good. I can't believe they're doing this.
it looks like a Roma team.
Forget Roma. Like, I don't.
Just Ramani in the back with Gabriel Jesus, David Neres, and Spinazzola. It's
No,
Yeah.
Spinazzola didn't start against Atalanta.
It was Oliveira. That's
Oliveira. Like that back line should not be first in Serie A in my
agree.
head, unfortunately. But
Bro.
I do think like you're first for a reason.
Mazzocchi.
Inter slipped up near the beginning.
Inter's gonna catch up.
I do think I'm a
they're
little
there.
nervous.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous. I'm glad like we respond well like versus Empoli. Like we ended up winning to get back. Like Napoli played first, and then it's like okay, now it's on Inter to respond.
Yeah.
But
The difference
Napoli-
between Napoli and Inter is that Inter, I see them winning every game. Napoli is like, sometimes I'm like, can they beat this other team? I don't think so. Like Atalanta, I
honestly-
was kind of wary. Like I wasn't sure they were gonna be.
Bro, when Juventus played Napoli at the beginning of the season, Napoli were bitches, bro. Napoli just sat back for 90
That's what
minutes.
they do.
the Napoli's gonna have a very tough,
We're playing them
very
next
tough
week.
month. Very tough
But
month.
We're
that's
playing-
how they play.
Yeah.
Like they literally built their team.
I know, but how-
Did you expect a team that bought McTominay this summer
Billing.
to like try and
I understand.
fucking tiki taka around
But how
you?
pissed would you be if the team that wins the title of the Premier League is like a team that plays like bitch ball versus all the other teams? Bro,
Versus top teams, not they don't play bitch
Brother,
ball
we're
against the
fourth.
best team, against the worst team.
we're fourth.
Yeah, but they
probably
realize
fourth.
that
1-0 every time.
they realize that if your team is not built to play against a team that just sits back.
Yeah, but Napoli's not built to dominate the games. Like it's just it's-
Against Juve, they're not.
brother. They even
Against
versus,
Lecce, they
pull up
dominate
their,
the
can you pull
games.
up
What's so
their games?
special about Juventus like that you need to stay
Can you-
back?
can you pull
and
up
play
their
for a
games?
draw?
Can you pull up
I
their
will,
games?
bro,
Like,
they're playing versus-
1-0, 1-0, 2-1, 1-0, 1-0. Like I don't think they've had a two not like a
But
two
they
goal
win,
lead.
they score, and then they say, "Brother, try scoring on us now."
Yes, but
And it's mission
that's-
impossible.
But that's something that over a course of a season you will end up dropping points eventually.
Bro, the regression is coming.
Sure.
you
it's
will
coming.
end up dropping points.
Wouldn't you argue if you're a big team, you should kind of play a little bit more expansive football?
But when you have proven that the formula with this specific coach, it works,
Yeah, then you do it. You do what you got to do.
I'd rather that than Napoli. Who would they have appointed that would have been better than Conte this summer?
Conte is the best option they could have went
Yeah.
for.
So, like, I'm
the
going to
Italian
take the 2-3 years of winning. I'll worry about 2-3 years down the line. I'll take the 2-3 years of potential Serie A. If I told you after last year that Conte would have this shitty-ass Napoli team contending for the Serie A halfway through the season, you would have said he's manager of the year for sure.
Well, you did say that he was.
Let's
Oh, I
talk
did.
about Napoli.
I did. But
Yeah.
you guys spend too much time dicking on him.
Come next.
hate him.
Come next. Power rankings.
There's gonna be a problem because if you look at their next
Let's see,
6
bro. They're
games,
playing.
they have Juve, Lazio, Atalanta. I forget who else.
No
Udinese.
Atalanta, but Juve, Roma, Udinese, Lazio,
Yeah.
Como. Then Inter, Fiorentina, Venezia, Milan.
Brother,
There's hard
Bologna.
games
there's
in there.
tough games in there. There's very tough
But
games.
every team
Crazy
in Serie A
how
has a
sad,
tough
bro.
schedule.
You're looking at their upcoming matches. You don't see one cup. You don't see one European
all
cup.
Serie A.
Just Serie A. This is
know-
their whole table.
I was listening to an Inter podcast, and they said that the game difference between when they play Inter versus Napoli, Inter would have played 10 games, and Napoli would have played not even 6.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken. So like they're really riding that once a week, and the conversation came up. It was like, whose obligation is it to win the Scudetto? Like, who is it if it's a failure? Like, is it a failure for Inter or a failure for Napoli? Bro, I'm listening. I'm like, bro, it's a failure for Napoli. You have one competition.
No.
All your eggs are
No,
in
bro,
this
what
basket.
No, that's the worst
Bro,
thing
they
I've ever
just
heard.
sold.
Bro,
Oh my
They
god.
just sold their best player.
I don't give a
You
fuck.
don't even have them in
my
top
God.
six.
I don't give a fuck.
You didn't have them in the top 6.
bro,
and
they
you-
have no excuse. I don't want to scream because we're on a podcast, but they have no excuse. They have no excuse.
I don't give a fuck.
They have no excuse.
They just sold Kvara.
I don't give a fuck. You
Bro,
have
the-
Lukaku on that shit too. You come in. Napoli. You're telling me this Napoli squad
Yes.
with one game a week should not be at
This
least
gimmick to try
competing.
to avoid
I
that
know.
Inter. That
Stop
jinxing it.
avoid that
Inter's winning the
Inter
league.
is not.
I want them to win the
Millie,
league.
if I told you 6 months ago that halfway through the season you would say if Napoli don't win Scudetto, it's a failure of a season, you would call me crazy.
Inter is the
It is a
only
failure
team
season.
that if Inter is the only team
It's a
that if
guarantee.
you
think
don't
so.
win, it's a failure.
I don't
Yeah.
think because we have Champions League also, Coppa Italia also.
But you won the Scudetto, like
Bro,
Supercup.
this
I
is
get it, I get it, but
You
I'm
can
saying-
never call
bro.
yourself like the biggest team in Italy
are-
when you're
okay.
saying like, "Oh my God, bro, we're in Champions League.
okay.
We're in."
I agree with Varvar.
We're already
I'm
out
sorry,
of.
I agree with
We
Varvar.
lost the Super
Bro,
Cup
he's
already.
right.
Napoli were in the Coppa Italia as well, and they decided to choke right at the beginning so that they could focus on Serie A.
They
When your
decided to choke.
Yes, they did because they got fucking bitched by Lazio. And then they decided to get bitched by Lazio again. Anyways, then they don't lose any games in Serie A. So you tell me what actually happened. But I'm telling you right now, Napoli are looking at themselves and saying we're all in on the Scudetto. They have no
Yes,
choice but to win
But
it.
who has a Scudetto patch?
I think
Right
they're
now,
all in
I
on
think
CL.
Inter-
I don't think they're all in on Scudetto.
Who the fuck? What the fuck are you talking
Bro,
about?
if Napoli,
What the fuck
if
are
Napoli,
you talking about?
okay.
Conte first year, you're telling me that you're not
We got
going
him.
for the Scudetto.
Napoli, okay, now end
Oh,
of
no,
year,
don't-
end of
no.
year, Millie, grade Napoli season, end of year they finished second in Serie A. What grade you
I'll
giving them?
probably give them like a B. I'm not saying. I'm
you
not
serious?
saying, bro. I'm just saying.
You don't have them in top 6. I don't get it.
I'm just saying.
I just had to put the stats together, bro.
Bro.
You put them outside of the top 6.
Yeah, vaffanculo, bro. I don't care.
And now you're saying that it's a failure if they don't win the Scudetto.
Sure, go. I don't know. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I will be honest.
Which one's
that,
dropping?
that out of the top 6
Was a
was
mistake.
a clerical error.
Administrative,
Okay.
administrative.
Okay.
Administrative error. I'm not gonna cap. I
Now
got
that
a little
makes
too
sense.
ahead
Take
of
that on the
myself.
chin.
Yeah, that one's
Roll with the punches.
roll with the punches situation. But Napoli, when you have all your eggs in that Scudetto basket, I'm sorry, you have to say that the
What's
the
all the
pressure's on
eggs?
them.
They just sold their fucking star player in January. That doesn't sound
As
like
if they're
all,
not gonna buy a replacement.
all
Yeah.
the eggs.
Bro, all the eggs. You're saying, oh my God, this is actually crazy. Bro, Kvara is not the reason Napoli is first. I will tell you that right now.
He's
He is
one of the
not-
reasons.
but not the core reason. You sell not.
Who's the
they
core
literally
reason?
Sold him.
David
Okay,
Neres.
okay, now I'm gonna tell you what the score was. I'm gonna tell you what happened this weekend with Napoli when they came back from 2-0 with Atalanta. Was that because of Kvara? Because Kvara was on his way to Paris.
It was because of Conte. And the mentality he's instilled in that
Thank
team.
you for answering my question. So it's Conte and that team, not Kvara. Kvara is not the make or break.
So Conte's such a good manager that you give him 11 bums on the field, we should expect a
But
Serie A
11
title in the
cones.
first year.
Not
11
really
chairs.
11 cones. You're telling me that Napoli team's 11 cones?
Juan Jesus and
is a cone.
Rahmani fucking pulled up
They
to
won a Scudetto
Atalanta.
with that team before.
Bro,
so
it's 11 Zielinski level players.
Zielinski.
Just
What do you gotta do?
Just making a
Labutka
connection.
there.
Oh.
Listen, I think Inter's obviously above and
They
beyond
pulled
a
up with
stronger
Matias
team.
Oliveira, and I'm expected to think that these brothers are the top of Serie A.
Bro, that's the expectation you should be coming in with Conte. That's all I'm saying.
So
I'm saying
you're ready to say Conte's like you called his brother shit. In your
I called
mind,
because I'm
Conte is
upset
an
at it. I don't like him.
elite manager.
Oh my god, bro! Like,
Make
you're
up your
such a
mind.
fucking hard head.
It's
I'm
either
telling
Conte
you.
is absolutely insane,
Bro.
or he's the worst and he's overperforming right now.
Could be a bit of both. Could be a bit of both.
Bro, Conte is
I'm
just
sorry.
having the most Conte season ever.
This is a Conte season, bro. This is the way he's playing. He won a Scudetto that way. He's been winning Scudetti that way.
Yeah.
So I'm watching this Napoli team and I'm saying, listen, they're first right now. They've been first for a while now. The pressure should be on them to win the Scudetto.
Yeah, I understand, but you can't say if they don't win the Scudetto that it's a failure. The
It's yours-
brothers were not
That's
tipped to
all
win
they
the
have.
Scudetto.
It's yours
That's
to
all
lose.
they have. Yeah, it's ours to lose because we have the patch.
Yeah.
I think Inter will eventually catch up and we will
Brother,
eventually win.
If you win your next, you have a game in hand.
yes,
You're
I
tied
understand.
If you win.
But we gave up that advantage by tying Bologna.
Yes.
So there's always
You're
going to be
making
games
that sound like it was willingly you gave up the advantage.
No, but I'm. Testing me today. You're testing me. Anyways, you didn't finish with Napoli because if you want to talk about Kvara, Kvara was $70 million, completely gone from Napoli. Gentlemen, they say Garnacho is the replacement. Do you think for $50 million, that's the best option?
I don't know. Garnacho is, I would say, a 60 million level player.
If
None
João
above
Felix
that.
is getting sold last summer for 45, 50 million, we should be getting minimum 60 for Garnacho.
I think you're overreaching.
The thing with Garnacho is that casuals think this brother is the reincarnation of CR7, but then if you really watch Garnacho, you realize his ceiling is relatively low. He's not gonna reach all-timer of any sort.
I think, look, if a player plays, and I said this summer, he plays like Kvaratskhelia. He's not as good. He plays like
Not as good.
Kvaratskhelia. If you're trying to replace a player like playstyle for playstyle and get a bit worse, it's Garnacho.
We don't have to limit ourselves. If we're talking about the Napoli side, I'm not talking about the Garnacho side. If you just talk about Napoli, you don't have to find a left wing. Neres can
Really
play in
don't.
that left wing spot, and then you just find the right wing.
Neres was not brought. If you're not winning a Scudetto with David Neres at left wing,
Brother,
I'm sorry,
He's partially a left winger.
You put him right wing.
partially.
Ship
I'd say
Politano to
I
the
want to say his
Gulag.
main position is left wing. In the past.
Politano, man of the match against Atalanta, respect.
Ship him to the Gulag, bro.
Yep.
Probably
Done
starts
so
at
good.
Milan at right wing, but let's
Does not
respect
even touch
Chukwueze.
Pulisic, bro.
What's just crazy is that you sell Kvara for $70 million, and then you're telling me Garnacho is 20 million less than that. I think the perspective, like the perception of it, is that like you undersold Kvara and you overpaid.
And they're
for
doubling.
Garnacho.
They're doubling his wages also.
Goodness gracious.
And let's not forget, Garnacho has not been that good at Manchester United. You're telling me he's still worth 60 million?
But we've seen players from Manchester United do better once they leave. McTominay on Napoli is a prime example of that. I'm not saying Garnacho could be the next McTominay, but the potential could be there in a new environment.
The next McTominay is wild, Millie.
Bro, he's team of the season of Serie A so far.
Debatable.
Not
No,
really
he's
debatable.
definitely in the
Bro,
conversation.
fucking Billy Gilmore was a team of the season in Serie A.
No.
What the fuck are you saying? What the fuck did I
Fuck is
hear?
Mbangula, bro?
Billy Gilmore.
Billy Gilmore's been shit in Serie A, low key.
Okay, Che Adams, bro. Take one.
Shea Adams.
Yeah.
Wanka.
Take one of those UK dons.
But I don't know. Napoli's doing a better job with their prem talent. So
And I think personally, it would be a pretty much like marketing wise. I don't think other than Lukaku, obviously in recent years, I don't think Napoli's had bigger signings than Garnacho. Like if you're trying to raise the stature of the club, you're getting a 21-year-old player who's marketing wise very high up there.
So stupid, bro. Imagine someone offered you like Kvara and Garnacho, and then said, just for 20 million more, you can get Kvara.
like you would
Like
take that.
this exactly.
You would take
take
Kvara.
that. So like, you're now like, how stupid must you feel if you're a Napoli fan watching your club like get rid of a best player just to sign Garnacho for only 20 million.
But he's 4 years younger. Like he could develop into being Kvaratskhelia.
How old is Garnacho? 4 years younger.
21.
Bro, Kvara is like 22.
He's like 25 or 24.
he's not.
Brother, what are you
He's
talking
2001, so actually he's 23, 24.
Kvara's 23.
23.
About to turn 24.
Man, makes a difference.
Garnacho's about to turn. Garnacho's 20.
Okay, 3 years
Yeah,
younger.
exactly, bro.
But Conte's
Yeah, but
not
about to turn
21.
2004?
July.
Not even about to, bro.
But Conte has never worked with much younger players like that, like a 20-year-old star player. He's always been more of the get the veterans in. That'll win you a championship right away. So I don't know.
But
It'll be a decent
you're not
project.
replacing Kvaratskhelia with the carcass of Insigne. Like you're not doing that.
Don't give him ideas, bro.
Yeah.
You actually take that.
Not give him ideas, but I don't know. Napoli is just such a bogey team for me. I hear the Napoli, I just want to I'm not a violent person, but oh man, it pisses me off.
Failure to not win the Serie A. That's crazy.
In my opinion, it is a failure for
I
them.
don't see this as a Conte signing. It feels unnecessary. It feels like they're just trying to compensate for the gap.
Bro, 55 mil just for you, my friend.
Just for you, my friend.
That's a scam city, bro.
Bro,
Scam central.
that's a price that you would hear like Leipzig sold someone for 55 mil. You're like, oh my god, this kid must be good, and then you realize, oh, this brother's shit. That's what Napoli.
For you-
found.
Listen, I don't think
We're turning
Garnacho's
into
shit.
we're turning
bro.
into the Leipzig. of
Garnacho's
selling.
not shit.
I think he would
Garnacho's
do
a
well
good.
in Serie
He
A.
would cook in Serie A, but we're talking about like 20 million less than Kvara is a little bit egregious.
I think the comparison
Yes,
to Kvara
is what hurts him.
is what hurts. By itself, it might be a decent option because he's a
I'm sure
young
he'll
player.
do fine. He'll play good. Like he's a good player. You know what I mean?
And Osimhen isn't even in. There's not even a chance that Osimhen stays either.
No.
So
Yeah, you're really like.
I
sucks.
think
Just for you, my friend, Garnacho for Osimhen swap deal, just for you.
Who says no?
Bro, low key.
Bro, they've only retained 2 players from the Scudetto winning team.
Juan Jesus.
Lobotka and Anguissa.
Juan Jesus,
Oh, Juan Jesus.
Di Lorenzo,
Di Lorenzo.
Meret,
Meret.
Okay,
Just 4
spreading
players.
misinformation.
team.
We're at 5, but
There's more.
Juan Jesus. was the starter.
Politano.
Juan Jesus was a starter.
Him?
Yeah, when they won the Scudetto, which I can't believe it. Inter fodder back
yeah,
in the day.
wanka.
But
Anyways.
you want to talk about fodder? My goodness, Juve, Milan.
Oh, Tabata.
Fodder
game
central.
of 22 fodder players.
Honestly, I agree with you.
My
I
goodness.
This was one of the. I told them top 5 worst Milan games I've ever watched.
And that's like a hard list
Really?
to crack.
What?
The top
Worst
5
Milan games?
worst Milan games.
That's it.
Wasn't there,
United fan talking,
wasn't there,
by the way.
wasn't there a game where a goalie
I'd
scored
expect it from you, not
wasn't
from him.
there a goalie game where wasn't there a game where a goalie scored a
Giroud?
game-winning goal on you?
No, that was
Oh, that's banter era.
Yeah, but you watched that
No,
one,
I stopped watching. That year, I was completely zoned out of.
You're turning into me this year.
Yeah, but that year was bad. Like, I think it was a Benevento goalie. Anyways,
Benevento.
Yeah, it
yes.
was.
Benevento.
Benevento goalie.
What a time to be alive. And was that to win the game or to lose tie the game?
I think tie. I don't know. I
Probably
legit my memory. I try to delete that.
Yeah,
But this was one of the worst. This was supposed to be that statement win that brings you back in the top 4 race, but everything went wrong. Oh, let's hear it.
Bro, when you sit 11 men in your box in the 10th minute, bro, what do you
11, bro.
expect?
We had like 10 shots, but
What do you
okay.
expect, bro?
this is the
Acting like there was 3 XG in this game.
Bro, I thought-
you guys were equally as dog
Bro,
shit, if
Por-
not.
Porto, he literally just brought Porto to Serie A.
That's also a misconception.
You should not have put them on the same couch. Now that I think about it.
No, but I mean,
crazy.
I don't talk to. We don't compete. Like Milan and Juve, unless it's the Super Copa.
Super Cup.
EA
Yeah, we
Sports
don't
Super-
compete. Just a
Super
cup
Copa.
on their dome, but
It's,
whatever.
it's just the problem is that I think in any other year this would have been like a very very important game for a title charge or something like a Champions League spot.
Oh, we're both Juve fans need to understand that they're equally as shit. They haven't clicked yet, but they'll get to that.
Sorry, is eighth place speaking?
Bro,
I
they're
don't hear.
undefeated, bro.
Oh,
Undefeated.
Shit, I forgot, bro.
That's the most
gonna-
undefeated.
with
Milan
19
have
draws.
5 losses.
Nope. And Juve have how many draws? 11, 15?
13.
Juve have
13?
have as many wins as like I think less than Lazio, less than Fiorentina.
You know what's crazy? We have the same amount of wins as Milan.
Just the losses
how's
and the
that
draws
crazy?
are.
It's just we don't have
switched.
We
don't have
go for
that many
wins.
draws.
We go for wins.
I mean, you also went for a new coach.
Well, you go for wins.
Yeah, well,
and you have the same amount as
but
us.
once again, as I've been saying, coach is not the problem.
You guys know
It's-
any other Portuguese
What's not
managers that they
problem?
can try?
Amarim.
Amrim, no, Amrim's
missing the
busy.
Holy
He's
Trinity.
thinking,
The Holy Trinity. But honestly, this game was very rough. Like for a neutral, it was actually really entertaining.
Garbage game, bro. What are you talking about?
No, because there was a lot of scoring chances, brother.
Yeah, there were scoring.
Bro, that Super
a ton of
Copa,
scoring chances.
that Super Copa for you is gonna be your Ten Hag FA Cup.
Same
I'll hold
Grace.
it high, bro.
Saving grace.
He's gonna be holding on to that, and you guys are gonna always mention it in retrospect. Meanwhile, he's gonna keep dropping disaster class after disaster class.
Bro, you're acting disaster class after disaster class. Like, what changed from the Super Cup?
I don't know. I think Firms is more like level-headed than that. I think if we're in a heated conversation, whatever, about a season,
It depends what
he's
you
not
say,
gonna
bro.
bring up. Yeah, we beat you in the Super Copa, right? No, he
Probably
might
will.
actually.
Probably
Yeah,
will.
already
probably
has.
will.
Yeah,
Oh,
have.
yeah, it's true. Wanka.
But I did not say that Super Copa like kind of changed our entire season trajectory.
You just got lucky that you had a manager bounce at the same time as a semi-final and a final that happened within 3
Manager
days.
bounce. You've had your manager for what, 4 months now?
Yeah, but at the beginning
Where's
of the
the
season,
bounce?
we had the bounce, bro. The beginning of the season, we were winning 3-0 for the first like 4 games in a
So
row.
you're telling me Thiago Mota shit?
No, you just got a new manager at the right time.
You can't outcoach a guy who just came in.
Mota, I
Brother,
think
you lost.
We won the Super Copa.
There it is.
I'm talking about the Super Copa game.
I want to see how quick we can get out
Yeah,
of it.
there we go. No, but this went all wrong for Milan, in my opinion, because you guys had a bunch of chances near the beginning of the game or middle of the
A
game.
bunch. They
Yeah.
got 3 shots on target.
Oh no, there was like a frenzy in the
Yeah.
middle.
Oh, yeah.
That frenzy was
okay,
like
but that happened all in the same play.
they
It's like
should have
the
they
first
should have
bodies,
put one.
bodies, bodies.
The first 10 minutes, that was about it.
Yeah.
Then everything went downhill.
That's I don't know.
Bro, when you get dunked on by
M.
Mbangula,
Yeah, that's fucking
Man,
crazy. You
Barber
guys are
sent that
still.
straight to the group chat too. He sent the clip.
S-
Who the fuck is
I was actually telling the
Mbangula?
Discord users, the people in our Discord users, that's weird to say. The people on our Discord, I was like, bro, watch this guy score on us. They were sending the clip, bro, and he ended up scoring.
Listen, on the Juve side, Weah had a great game.
yeah, way ahead of it.
Weah was not the best. I'd say
no,
Locatelli.
Okay, Thuram was very, very good.
Yeah, Thuram's always McKennie, man of the match, in my opinion.
Wow, really?
Bro, McKennie is so important this season.
Prem flop, by the way.
Those leads. I think
Leeds
everyone flopped on that whole team.
Leeds flop. Not Rafinha.
Yeah,
Go
Rafinha.
ahead.
Oh, but Rafinha we don't count. Nice.
Cool.
You can call Rafinha a Leeds fault. No, you can't at all. No, you can't at all. Bro,
there's no
bro,
way he said that.
did you just say something that wasn't true, bro?
There's no way he said that, bro. There's
Bro.
no way he said that. That's crazy.
Did you
I
just say
just-
something that isn't true,
Guy
Paula?
just said Rafinha flopped at Leeds.
Bro, did
Made
you
the bot
just say
intro, bro.
something by mistake?
Bro, that's so crazy. He literally switched up and said, actually, no, he wasn't.
I literally fixed
Bro,
it.
Rafinha flopped at Leeds, but he got a transfer to Barcelona.
Like,
Oh my God.
anyway, Wanker Varvar.
Anyway.
You lost. Milan lost.
Yeah, man.
Great
Inter
analysis,
won.
Pala.
Inter won, but
Arsenal tied. We can see where your
it
true
was
colors
a
lie.
rough week in the office for you brothers. Milan lose. Juve won. Arsenal tie. Okay, you came out all
Yeah,
right.
it came out all right.
Came out all
4
right.
points.
You got dig down, bro.
Well, Napoli won, so my Serie A team,
Napoli won.
my Real Madrid won.
Bro, you switch up teams every week.
Real
Bro,
Madrid
I've been
won.
glazing Napoli since the beginning of
Bro,
the season,
you
so we
belong to
can't
the
say that.
streets.
bro.
I'm not a Napoli guy.
Bro, you let everyone hit
Not a
that.
Napoli guy, brother. Motherfucker looked at my Inter jersey. Said, you know what? This is a nice kit. I think I'm gonna support Inter.
Bro, he wore your
happened to
Bastoni
I don't
last
give a
week.
fuck about. I
Ridiculous.
don't give a fuck about Napoli. I'm just saying I like their team.
I hate Napoli.
Crazy, bro.
Napoli's a one team I do not.
But
like,
look-
you're a little brother to everyone.
Juve Milan, such a shit game. I mean, it
Top
really.
level analysis from Barber FC.
I watched the game and I
You
honestly.
didn't watch the game, bro.
You're right.
The fuck
I
up.
had the Liverpool Brentford game on
Juve
because that
Milan.
was more entertaining.
Such a shit game.
I thought it was a horrible game. Like, even just, there was nothing going on, to be honest.
So where does Milan go from here, brother? 2-0 to
Tiny
Juve.
buttons in the room, in my opinion.
You know what I think would really
It's-
fix this Milan situation?
Okay, that's a
new
Kyle
Portuguese
Walker.
Kyle Walker.
Yes.
Bro, Moncada or no? Who's
Moncada masterclass.
Who's
bro.
at the helm now? Like, who would be signing Kyle Walker? Whose decision would it be?
Probably Moncada. It's like 3 people basically making the
Three
decision.
people all not catching
All
each other.
bad
Three
decisions.
people all
like,
not
It's
saying.
3 people that just blame each other when stuff goes bad.
Yeah.
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 No,
basically.
you wanted to sign Kyle Walker. No, it was him. No, it was you.
But probably Moncada, I think.
So Moncada was sitting there and says, "So we just bought a new right back. I think it's time to get another right back."
So
At least they're trying to fix- I don't fucking
right
know.
back is missing to complete like the infinity stones of shit right backs
Yes,
at your
Lani
club?
Dalo.
right backs.
Dalo.
That's a good one.
Back
Bring him
to
back to
Milan.
Milan, bro.
He's there, bro. He's there.
To
Or
collect,
Mazraoui.
to
Mazraoui could
collect
fit in.
all the shit right back infinity stones.
Joe Cancelo.
The management has been missing. We all know this. And
We all know this, bro.
all know
Your Twitter profile was literally about your fucking chief scout.
there's one thing that you forgot, by the way, that Moncada also signed Benacer, Teo, and Leao, and all these
Benacer,
guys.
the guy who can't stay healthy for more than 2 games.
But he won us a Scudetto.
But he wears Lululemon
Benacer was
tights.
one of the worst. Benacer was one of the worst in that game.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
So was Fofana. So was Rangers.
Fofana had bro, there was nobody that had a good game.
Yeah, Rangers
one had a
did have
good
a great game.
Leo had a couple moments,
It still did not change the game.
unfortunately.
We still have no goal scorer,
Teo
bro.
was actually all right.
Teo was all right. That's the only one. But even Magna had a disaster class.
Oh, that,
we
on
have
that
no
second
goal
goal was
scorers.
brutal. That second
Yeah,
goal,
the
like
Tim-
he was
Oh, you can't blame
flat-footed.
him.
Bro.
No, he was there. Ball goes to his left, and he almost like his almost feet went like this, and he fell
And
backwards.
also there was at one point where I forget who the center back was passing the ball, and him and his
Yes,
center back
yes.
like miscommunicated, almost gave a goal to Juve.
Well, no, I think
Probably
that was
Tomori.
because that was when he ran up.
Yeah.
Manuel runs up to like the 30-yard line to intercept a
Oh
a
yeah,
pass.
yeah. That was bad.
Bro has no faith in his center backs. No faith.
No,
wouldn't
Tomori
either.
disaster class. I don't know why you guys are linked to him.
Bring him to Juve.
I don't understand it.
Bro, we show you
How
how great these players are.
Kalulu actually
In draws.
I really don't
been
think
decent.
Kalulu
Draws
has
are-
been that good.
he's been pretty decent considering
very
like
good.
I think
alone.
that's more of a PR thing. Like Juventus fans are trying to hype it up. Like
I'm watching
Kalulu,
the games. I'm telling you, like he's been
Bro, he
decent.
scored last week.
okay, one goal is gonna change his entire
No,
season.
he's been very he's been
Gabriel,
very good.
we're judging on goals.
Gabriel.
Gabriel,
You're comparing Kalulu to Gabriel. What did you just try to do?
same shit, different smell.
Same shit.
No.
Top center back.
That's just a rage bait attempt.
No,
I don't
Kalulu's
know.
been extremely good for the
I
price.
find for the price, we'll see.
He's playing like a 30 million euro center back.
So basically, as it stands, Milan are closer to relegation than they are to Inter.
One thing I wanted to bring up about this Juve Milan situation is that Juve are linked to center backs and the prices are being quoted. What's the prices being quoted
For who?
for just any center backs that you're linked to?
30 mil.
Vega,
Depends who.
how much Vega? 25 mil,
They
let's say.
haven't created a price for that one yet.
It's gonna be more than 15 mil though.
They're still
And
running
then-
the FM.
And then Lloyd Kelly.
Oh, I know what you're
15
trying
mil.
to get to.
Bro, is this the worst
fuck up,
transfer dealings of all time? Selling Dean Huijsen, who looks to be a future Rolls Royce center back, like top of world football center back,
Are you trying to turn this into a
for
clip, bro? 'Cause it ain't
15
happening.
mil. For 15 mil
Bro, you can't.
to buy Lloyd Kelly.
Bro, when you have a youth academy that actually produces talent, I know not everybody here has youth academies that can produce talent, but you will eventually sell a talent that ends up being good somewhere else. It happens to every good academy.
Brother, Garnacho 55 mil.
But what's the question? What did you just
He's just been
I
bringing
just
up Dean
wanna
Huijsen every
criticize
goddamn week,
every
bro.
day,
because
bro,
he's
every
so
day.
good.
bro.
He's so good.
He's not. Why are you so fixated
Dean
on
Huijsen
Dean
is not
Huijsen, bro?
good.
Dean Huijsen
He's not that good, bro. He's fucking a twig. He's amazing on the ball.
I don't think that determines if you're good or not.
Bro, people act like he locked up Isak, single-handedly locked up Isak this week. He didn't, bro. He didn't.
Did he score or
How
did he almost
Kubarsi
score?
is still 10 times better than Dean fucking Huijsen, bro.
Sure. Okay, that's like saying, oh my God, Arda is so shit because Lamine Yamal is 10 times better than him. No, that's not how it works.
No, we're talking about young center backs because
And he's second on the list.
he's not second on the list, bro. He's not. Just because
As
he
young
plays in the
center backs,
Premier
he's
League.
up there, bro.
He's
top-
second.
Bro, I'd fucking take Moises Bombito over fucking Dean
No.
Huijsen, bro. I would. I would.
No,
I
stop the
would.
cap,
I
bro.
would.
Stop the cap.
It's crazy.
I do love me some Bombito ball.
Bro,
Bombito,
Bombito, because he plays in Liga, you're never going to hear about him, bro.
Those who don't know, now you know.
Now you know.
Moises Bombito, go look him up.
But Dean Huijsen making a name for himself at Bournemouth. But so I think
More
with
than a
Va-
name.
I think with
Bring him
Varvar's-
to Man United, any price, write the check.
That's so stupid, bro.
100 mil, bro, write the check.
Bro,
Who's this for? Dean Huijsen?
Cal-
Dean Huijsen.
calma.
Dean Huijsen and Pau Kubarsi for Spain, Cook City.
They're good for the next decade.
Yeah,
plus.
those guys are eating.
Bro, Spain have Yamal, Huijsen, Kubarsi.
They might win a back-to-back
Pedri,
World Cup.
Gavi.
Bro, who's
Insanity.
competing with them?
Pulled pork, bro. The whole country's gonna be pulled pork.
And they're
by the age of
adding
25.
Samu Amuridion to that.
my
He's a
God.
disgusting striker for Porto, but bro,
what it
Spain are nasty. Dean Huijsen, welcome to Manchester United.
So basically,
Successful rage bait,
moral
Varvar.
of the story is Varvar's just trying to rage bait with
Moral of
the
the
Juve
story is that
transfers.
Gentoli deserves to be sent to
the Gulag
Azkaban for his crimes against humanity.
prisoner of Azkaban over there.
That's not his only crime, bro.
You don't think?
Beating Milan. Beating Milan was a crime. Send him to jail, bro.
I mean, Giuntoli, he has not cooked
He
this
did
season.
commit a crime. Robbed Milan with Kalulu. About to rob you with Tomori. Wanker.
Salt.
Salt?
Salty.
Salty?
For what?
I mean, they won.
Yeah, you could put some salt on the fries.
Super
I don't
Cup
know.
lifted, bro.
Super
Listen.
Cup.
I think this is a good sign for Malta, but we're gonna need to see a bit more of it, like more
Oh,
consistent.
I'm surely not convinced.
Yeah,
I
this
treat
is
the
not
win
convincing.
versus Milan like a win versus Venezia. It's nothing. It's bro.
Unsuccessful rage.
Bro,
Yeah.
we beat 8th place in Serie A.
Bro, you have to understand, Juventus has not been playing good.
Okay,
You're just
Yeah,
going
yeah,
against a
let's move
shitty
on.
Milan.
Bro, we tied
Gentlemen.
Atalanta.
Bro, what Atalanta? They
We
just
won't-
lost against Napoli.
Noble.
The leaders of our league.
We just spent 3 hours shitting on them, and you were included in that.
I know, but currently they're on good
Fuck
form.
am I talking about?
Currently they're on good form.
whatever,
You can't
bro.
deny it, bro.
Move
Okay,
on.
Let's
okay,
get-
moving on.
You
We're
just got
not-
rage baited, bro.
we are short on time. Inter ain't gonna make this
It's
conversation.
okay. If you guys want to hear, I yapped about it.
Lautaro played like shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I ended up scoring an outside the box banger. Thanks for the rage bait.
Aslani man of the match.
Aslani bidon of the match.
CL preview. PSG versus Man City. Loser probably won't make the round of playoffs. So who's going through?
I mean, like to clarify, PSG is out, I think, right now of the playoffs, and Manchester City are sitting on like some stupidity, like 8 points. So
A lot at stake for these two teams, but you're looking at the stats, you're looking at form. Both teams are in very good form, well, decent form in their leagues, but Champions League not looking good for both teams. So we're gonna have to see who comes out on top.
Are we gonna see a potential Kvara debut in this game? Also potentially.
I don't think so. I think it's too early, and you already have Bradley Barco.
It might be needed. It might be
early.
needed, bro.
You spend 70 million on a player, you're not going to use him in one of the most important games.
System.
Too late, bro. Drop him in the
You
deep
know what?
end.
I think PSG is gonna take this one. I'm gonna go 2-1 PSG.
No, I think
No.
that's crazy.
I think that's crazy. I think
If
City's going to win this.
The defense of Man City still does not look good. Ruben Diaz has not looked top.
Bro, PSG and Champions League have been stinky this season. I'm going Man City easy.
Man City is at the same place.
They're a
They're
bit
higher.
better.
What, 18th to 20th?
PSG have been stinky, bro.
No,
Trust
they
me.
haven't. They just won the French Super
Coupe de
Cup.
France.
I said in Champions League,
Oh yeah.
they've been stinky for sure. I don't know. PSG, I'm not rating this season. I don't like what they got going on. I think that a lot of the players are overrated just because they play in the French league. Other than like they have talent, like Kvara obviously talent, Dembele talent, Barcola talent, but the Zaire Emerys and the Marquinhos are not fooling me, bro.
Bro, I actually love PSG's team. PSG's team is on paper very, very, very good. Bro, the midfield: João Neves, Vitinha, and Zaire Emery.
Can't compete with Man City though.
I know. I'm just in general. It's a good midfield, and if they have a good game versus Manchester City, I'm gonna say 2-2 draw. Maybe they both don't make it out of the playoff.
Goodness
Damn.
gracious. That would be worst case scenario for both teams. But I do think Manchester City comes out on top with this one. They're coming into this game beating Ipswich 6-0, which you could say what you want about Ipswich. It's still a Premier League team. It's still a competitive team that has given a lot of other bigger teams trouble. So 6-0 is a statement win right before the Champions League. Manchester City, I need to see Haaland. Can you do something for me?
Erling Haaland's gonna score a hat trick in this game.
Crazy. But actually, I think it might be a high-scoring game because Firm's kind of had a point on the defense of Manchester City. They have not been able to play versus a counter-attacking team all season long. They get caught up on counters, and with the speed that PSG has,
Especially Barcola.
I think Luis
Man of the
Enrique
match.
will cook.
Well, there's one more CL game I think we're gonna preview, and Atletico Madrid versus Leverkusen gonna be two of. This is a hipster's dream matchup, I think, like one of the dream matchups. It's Simeone ball against Xabi Alonso ball. Both of these teams have been coming in with pretty good momentum. Atleti did just lose against Leganes, but 14 wins in a row before that, and Leverkusen haven't lost in months. So
These are two teams, the two respective in their leagues, teams that people claim to watch but don't actually watch. And they cook in silence. Simeone has been cooking in silence, and Xabi Alonso onward and upward for him. I think this could be a very low-scoring game. We saw it versus Inter. One goal versus Inter.
Yeah.
Both teams aren't necessarily offensive.
I think this is going to be. Personally, I think Leverkusen's going to embarrass Atletico.
Crazy.
I think it's going to be an eye-opening experience
doesn't
for a
get
lot
embarrassed.
of.
Simeone does not get embarrassed.
La Liga's level right now is very low. I would say it's
bro.
very, very low, and I think Leverkusen 3-0. I'll go.
I think
That's
you're giving
crazy.
Leverkusen a lot of
Clip.
credit. That's not to say that they're one of the best teams in Europe, and I think they're maybe 4th or 5th in the Champions League right now as it stands. So the results are there. They did it versus Milan as well. So It's just that Atletico in the Champions League is such a difficult team to play against, but that's more in the knockout rounds. I want it in the group stage. We're just gonna need to see. This is gonna be a statement matchup for both teams if they come out on top. But I'm gonna say Leverkusen wins this one, 2-1.
Wirtz is gonna drop on ungodly.
Another man of the match by Wirtz.
What a player. What a player. One of my friends, as a Manchester United fan, but even less self-aware than me, thinks that we have a chance of signing Wirtz.
Yeah, that's not happening.
I told him, bro, calm it down a bit there.
It's called delusion.
But for this game, I'm going to go 2-2. I think it's going to be a draw. Quite high scoring. Not the usual Atletico Madrid games, but these guys have strikers that could score.
I'm saying 0-0. Bro,
Wow,
Atletico
0-0.
is not an offensive team.
Brother does not want to enjoy football.
I don't want to.
This is supposed to be. I actually like this game the most.
This guy loves watching draws. He's a fucking Juve fan,
He's used to
Arsenal
it.
fan, and now he wants a draw in Leverkusen versus Atletico.
It's like when you like you guys have cooked.
Did you predict a draw for Man City PSG also or no?
Yeah. 2-2.
This guy doesn't enjoy
crazy.
winning.
Yeah.
Bro, my dopamine sensors have been fried. 13 draws for Juventus. I don't find the enjoyment in the watching the sport anymore.
But yeah, listen, those are our Champions League quick preview predictions of the two biggest games happening this
And
week.
Rafinha and Barcelona are going to lose against Benfica. I forgot to say that.
Make sure to put that in there. That is a decent game.
Our
so
power
we'll see
rankings
what
are going to change a lot this month.
yeah,
Champions- we
Barcelona,
waited for
you're lucky
Champions
if you're
League.
involved.
We waited for Champions League, so
That was his whole point, bro.
Yeah.
Champions League.
Firms, who you playing? Girona?
Yeah.
Win or lose?
Hopefully win, bro.
I mean, contra Sao. No,
If it's at home, I hope it's a win.
Melly, who you playing?
Sparta Praha.
Win?
Who you play? Bro,
You knew that
I can see it coming from miles
No,
away.
but who you playing? Rangers?
I don't even know, to be honest.
No, I'm just so checked
I'm
out
not
on
even
this.
kidding. I don't
Anyway.
even know.
Anyways,
It's crazy that I know your schedule better than you. Actually, I don't think you're playing Rangers.
yeah, we'll see what happens. Well, anyways, we'll see them this
Yeah,
week.
you are playing Rangers.
See them this week.
Who?
Live stream.
Oh,
Oh,
just an announcement like that?
Yes, we're going to
Listen.
do a live stream for both CL days. So
Get
Big
ready, bro.
Paula might not be here one of the days because he has some prior
Electronics.
yeah. But yeah, we're definitely going to be, hopefully Paula can join us, but we're going to be live streaming the CL days, so you can catch us there. And definitely the last day of CL.
Yep.
We're going to be
Get the
live
multi-screen
streaming.
out, bro.
It's in-
Multi-screen, we're
not
gonna
this
have to.
week, but that's going to be a classic.
no, we're gonna have a big CL week on the live stream, so make sure to tune in when we go live. And listen, we'll see you then.
Yep.
Ciao.
Take care, guys.